Welcome to Coach Hayes Football and the Team. That's right. If you're here, that means you want to become a team member, and here's how you do it. Simply join up. There are 3 tiers. The first tier is the player tier. On this tier, you get to use special emojis as well as you will get member shoutouts. The second tier is the coach tier. Now, here's where you get prioritized in the comment section on live streams, discounted merchandise. You also will receive access to early videos and private videos. The third tier is the coordinators tier. This tier right here is where it gets really exciting. You get to skip the phone lines and be next automatically. Also, you can join me on the screen, right, during the live streams. You get to come on the screen and talk your talk. Also, we'll be watching some games together. So you'll get specialized and private links in order to watch the games with Coach live. Just a quick note, the higher the tier, you also get the perks that go below it. That's really exciting. So not only that you get the perks for that tier, but you get the ones that follow underneath as well. So don't hesitate. Go ahead, hit that join button, become part of the team with Coach Hayes, and become a player, coach, or coordinator. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a great time this season.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead, right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a great episode of Primetime Talk. We're going to talk some Colorado football. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, we ain't got a lot of time to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. Shout out to LMV in the building. She let me know everything looks good, sounds good. Shout out to the producer. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. As always, let a couple of people pop on through, but as you saw the membership up there, if you'd like to become a member, go ahead and hit the join button, right? All you got to do is hit the button, and we added a feature, the Discord, right? Shout out, we got 2 members who actually pushed me. Coach, do it. So we do it. I didn't know much about it. I still don't, but we have a great time in there. So it's free for you to join for the general chat, but if you are a member on YouTube, all you have to do is you have to do this now. Link your YouTube to your Discord. It's in the settings. When you go in there, people can explain, or you can see it up there, whatever the case may be. But go ahead and do that. Then that will open up the private rooms in the member section. And the live chat we call the team locker room in. You get locker room talk up in there. So if you've never been a part of a locker room, or you want to be a part of a locker room, you're going to hear it just like that. It's blood raw. And so if you got PG-13 ears, then don't come in there, because fans get to talking. And we don't just talk football. Lord, we talk about all type of stuff, but it goes down in there. But anyway, we have a good time in there as well. So go ahead. If you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome. Go ahead as well. But like I say, just join the Discord anyway. It's free just to join it. Costs you absolutely nothing in that sense. Also, like I say, we just finished Hayes Street. Literally just got off less than 10 minutes ago. Now we back on here. Hardest working man on YouTube. Huh? That's what we talking about, man. So we here talking about some Colorado stuff. We currently got 72 people in the building and climbing. So I appreciate you guys coming in. We're gonna talk about a couple of things here. We're definitely going to talk about Robert Livingston, the new defensive coordinator for the Colorado Buffaloes, who has been hired by Coach Prime. And we'll definitely get into that. I'm going to dig deep into there. As you guys know, I do these shows just on Tuesdays. I'm a guy that likes to react to information. I don't want to be first, right? They got other channels for that. You're more than welcome. Go check those guys out. They do a good job dropping information, news, rumors, whatever the case may be. But I just like to sit back some time, let things, let the smoke die down, and kind of see things and investigate and do some research, and kind of spend about 2 hours talking about all the things that happened over the 7-day period that just passed by. And so that's why I said I do a show just on Tuesday. Now, I said this, and I'm going to address it. I feel like Shannon Sharp right now. Y'all know, got to address a couple things. I said this, and, we're going to talk. Trying to let a few people pop on in here so they'll catch this before I get into the meat and potatoes of the day's show. And we'll open up the phone lines for those you want to ask questions or whatever. But as you know, I've been doing YouTube since 2020. Started off, which I still do, breakdowns. I call them WREs, Watch, React, and Evaluate, of the top talent in the nation. And then we started doing Miami Hurricane. People don't know I am a Miami Hurricane fan, so don't get it twisted. And again, this is Business 101, and Coach Prime decided to leave Jackson State, comes to Colorado. And so I was doing a lot of conversations about Jackson State, and on the podcast I call Coach Me Coach. And it was a big hit. Hey, we got us something here, right? Fish on the line. So we got a whole segment on here called Prime Time Talk. Cool. I am not a Colorado fan. I'm a Coach Prime fan, but I'm not a Colorado fan. Okay, let's not get that twisted. But this is a YouTube channel, and I want to make a business out of this. And so he the hottest thing smoking, he the train that's blowing. So let's roll with it. It is what it is. And in these conversations, I've always said my niche was to bring things from a coach's perspective. And that's exactly what I've been doing since I've been here. I understand. Some people like it, some people don't, but I'm going to dig into that in a second. And I felt that there are a lot of channels out there, and people speak from a fan's perspective. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That's cool. It's YouTube. That means do what you do best. My thing is to give you an insight from a coach's perspective, kind of tell you how things work from the back end, behind the curtain, under the hood, however you want to do it. And so as the Colorado comes around and people start talking and so forth and so on, and when I began to question things, and when I question the meaning, like, hey, well, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? And again, this is my last time addressing it, and I promise you, I'm not anymore. I've been doing some thinking about it. And shout out to Coach to Shannon Sharp, who says, just do what you do. Everybody not going to like it. And if you try to appease to the masses, guess what? You're not going to make everybody happy, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. But I say all this to say, when I ask questions, you have a lot of people out there, oh, Coach, you don't like Coach Prime. That's the furthest from the truth. I sat on here and argue why I think he's the best athlete of all time. But again, I know what it takes to build a program from the ground up, a bad program, to even make it reputable. Been doing this 25 years. And I know there are a lot of new CU fans out there. And what do I mean when I say new CU fans? We're talking about fans that may not even been watching college football, pro football, or hell, football at all. They just start watching because of the Prime effect, which is fine. No problem. But if you ask a question, you do these things, you're now deemed a hater, because you don't just take everything at face value because what's going on at Colorado. So to run this thing down chronologically, as we go into the season and they're getting transfer guys in and so forth, I did a video, and shout out to Life in Football and so forth. And we did a video, and a lot of people had a lot of questions about it. You guys go check it out. But shout out to Life in Football, Colin. We were beginning to ask questions. We were talking back and forth. Fine, no problem. Push on. And so I say all that to say that's where now the hater tag is deemed. Oh, you're a hater because you don't want to see Coach Prime succeed. You don't know. I've been very realistic. I've been very, I bring a realistic perspective to this. And that's what I've been doing since I've started. Do I want to go 12-0? Sure. Hell, I want my Canes to go 12-0. And I can't tell you that. Just knowing how this game works. Well, you're a hater. All right, whatever. I'll play the game with you guys. Cool. And so then those people who are just over the top, and we know who those are, not the fans, but the fanatics. I don't know if I coined this term, but I call them the cult, using the CU in the logo, LT, cult. Because they're cult members, like they're out of their mind, bro. I actually had one guy want to bet me $1,000 a game. I took the bet, he just didn't show up. I had another guy actually want to bet me $1,000 that they would go 12-0. Like, what are we talking about here, guys? So that's where the whole cult thing comes from. Then I go to do a preseason prediction on scores and records. I said 6-6. I thought that TCU, now virtual reality, I had it ready to hold an escrow. And I'll take it again this year, to be honest. Not a hater. I'm an opportunist. I'm a capitalist. I'll take your money. If anybody in this country think they're going 12-0, Coach Hayes taking all bets, I'll hold the money in escrow. I promise you I will. I got an attorney and everything, so it's legit. Ain't like my cousin, uncle finna hold it in his bank account. No. But anyway. So anyhow, we go through all this deal. I said 6-6. Very first game, I said TCU would beat Colorado. And Colorado won. Congratulations. I gave my reasons. I'm not going to go through all that. Fine. And Colorado come out smoking hot. Well, I think 3-0, whatever the case may be. Going to overtime with CSU. They beat Nebraska. I'll say convincingly, 38-17. Jeff Sims didn't give any favors, but they played a great game. Colorado did it. And then you start to see the downward slide. And those were the things that I was trying to tell the cult members. And if you get offended, that means you're a cult member. If you don't get offended, then you're not a cult member. As I always say, if the shoe fits, put it on. If it doesn't fit, keep on walking. So if you cringe a little bit like, cult member, then that's you. You are a cult member. And that's okay. Continue to be one. I'm not trying to tell you not to be one. So anyhow, they end up being 4-8. No big deal. I'm not even tripping. I said 6-6. Oh, you're a hater. Cool. But I actually gave them 2 more, saying that if they went to a bowl game their first year, they should actually make a statue of Coach Prime, because what a turnaround. 1-11, 4-8, whatever their previous records were. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? So we go through that whole still, blah, blah, blah. Everybody needs a bad guy, right?
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.
Say good night to the bad guy. That's me. I'm the bad guy. And I'll be the bad guy. I've come to embrace it. I've come to love it. But just know, I have no ill intent for Coach Prime, his sons, his staff, or anything. But I am going to call it through the eyes, through my experience, and through my eyes. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. And so I'm saying all this to you guys because this is the last time I'm going to talk about it, put it to bed, and I'm going to continue to do what I do on this show. All right? And so I say all that to say I want to see them win. I want to see them do well. But guys, college football is not easy, right? You know, people come up with a bunch of narratives. Oh, he got a gold jacket. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with the gold jacket. But you're not going to win ball games because you have a gold jacket. And I think that's what I was doing. And I'm going to tell you where I made my biggest mistake. I was trying to get everybody to see the big picture. Guys, relax. Don't put Coach Prime on this huge pedestal because he has a Herculean task ahead of him. And when he doesn't meet your expectations, because remember, you can hide behind this keyboard. You can hide. He can't. And what I was saying was, when you put him up here on this pedestal, he's 12-0. And imagine if that dude had to pay me $1,000 a game. I would have won $8,000 off that guy. 12-0. That would have been I would have won $9,000 off this dude. You think he still would have been talking in positive light? No. I was trying to temper the expectation of these cult members. And this is where I made a mistake. And I said, oh, man, guys, relax. Let them go through the fight. But no, they didn't want to do that. And I understand that. I get it. But that's why I made a mistake. Now, here's where it was funny. Everything that I said, and I'm not a I told you so guy, but this is about to be a I told you so moment. And I realized everything everything that I talked about For some reason, the Sanders, the coach, the Sons, and other people around them have confirmed. And I'll just say a couple of things. People always want to push the needle, but it is what it is. Somebody sent me, I didn't even know Bucky, which is Deion Sanders Jr., if I'm not mistaken, who does the Well Off Media, was on some Twitter space somewhere. I don't know what it was. Somebody sent it to me. But people love to send stuff to me because they want, people love a train wreck. They don't want to see it, but they do their eyes like this. They love mess. And I realized that being in this. Remember, I'm not a media guy. I was a football coach and fell into this kind of by accident. And here we are. But anyhow, I got this Twitter space, whatever, and Bucky was talking about, and I remember saying before that, hey, man, Coach Prime, as great as a player he is, coaching is a little different. It's a different viewpoint, different perspective. There's some things he has to learn, right? That's just like me. I've been coaching 25 years, but I've never been a Power 5 head coach. I'm going to have to learn something that I didn't know as a P5 head coach. As soon as I said that, you trying to put the black man down. How you a black man and you hating on him? You Jason Whitlock. Damn. That one kind of stung a little bit. But anyway, Bucky comes out and says the same thing in his Twitter space. There's a lot going on back there. Some things my dad had to learn. It is what it is. I get it. Prior to the season, I said, guys, they're bringing in these transfer guys that's coming in. And how do we know they're all dogs? How do you know these dudes are straight killers and animals? I'm talking about in a football perspective. Man, they ballers. You think Coach Prime wouldn't? I get it. That's the fandom. This is where I made my mistake. No longer will I do it again. What's the first thing Shador just said talking to Cam Newton? We ain't have enough dogs. We ain't have enough dogs. When I asked the question, hey, what happens if Shador breaks a shoelace? Right? What happens if Shador breaks a shoelace? And this, that, and the other. And when I say that for new listeners, that's the coaching superstition in me that says, I don't like to say player gets hurt. I don't know. I don't know why I do it, but I do. So breaking the shoelace means that they got to come out the game. And my question was, what happens if this person breaks a shoelace? Talking about Shador Sanders, what does Colorado do on the back end as a quarterback? Just asking the question, right? Creating conversation. He's not going to get hurt. See, you a hater. You want him to get hurt. No, that's not what I wanted. But guess what? Unfortunately, he got hit so much he broke his damn back. His back, dog. Not his wrist, not his ankle. He ain't pull a muscle. The poor boy broke his back. Not his neck, but his back. Now, Shador could play like nobody's business. I tell people all the time, he can knock the wings off a fly with a football. That's how accurate he is. I do believe he'll be a first-round pick. I believe that. Now, I don't know if he's the first pick, but I believe he's a first-round pick. That I believe wholeheartedly. I know, Ray. I just want to make this my last stand. I'm just saying. I just want to. You just do something and you're done with it and then push on. So I just want to make sure people understand that. And when I talked about certain players, I brought up guys like Bo Nix. Hey, guys, Bo Nix, I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time. He's trash. Well, Bo Nix was one of the 4 people on the Heisman Trophy stand. And that's where, again, I made my mistake that these people think if it's not Colorado, then everybody else trash. You don't want to give credit to the opponent. And again, that's fandom. And that's why I made my mistake, because I'm thinking as a coach. But I forget, you got cult members out here. And that's my fault. That's my fault. Then You bring up all this other stuff. Talk about recruiting and this, that, and the other. And I talked about, I remember this, I talked about Coach Prime not out there in the houses. Not getting recruits. Where the recruits coming from? They got 6 underclassmen. When everybody else talking about, man, they're going to have the best underclassmen group out there in the world, baby. Got 6. Well, the recruiting philosophy is different for Coach Prime. He's looking in the transfer portal, fine. Yes, you get Jordan Seaton. Great pickup. And I know everybody, he's not in the house. They got Jordan Seaton. Yada, yada, everybody laugh. I still don't understand the Jordan Seaton, and I say he's not in the house. That's still not equating to underclassmen recruits, but however, push on. So now as I look at these things and I say, man, it's now part 2, because here's what's funny. Let me go back to what we talk about the Sanders said. Coach Prime, he said himself, his first year instilling hope. He never came out and said we're going to be 12-0. He never came out and said that he wants to win the Pac-12. He said he wants to win and he wants to dominate. And that's exactly what he's supposed to say as a coach. That's exactly, he's supposed to say nothing else. What he's supposed to come out and say, yeah, guys, we're going to come out and win 5 games. Hell no. You just saw my man right here come out for UCLA, Deshaun Foster. You're going to see enthusiastic players. You're going to see us playing hard, running fast. Right? We just saw that. And I'm like, man. And I get coaching cliches. I get it. People, if you don't know what a cliche is, go Google it. Jungle Brother, I'd love for you to call in today. I would love to answer that question. Please, Jungle Brother, and you're a member, so please call in. And then, as you go along in this deal, right, I get it. We're going to the next thing. You got all this other stuff going. So what I'm going to tell you is, for all you cult members out there, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Huh? And I know I'm finna blow y'all mind. About time for y'all to apologize. Apologize to Coach, because I'll be right. Huh? I'll be right. Huh? You cult members. This is what I love. I don't know who Donnie C is. He about to make the shirt too. Your cynicism and contemptuousness makes you a hater in these YouTube streets. You can't help yourself. But I've been asking one question, and I'm waiting for somebody to answer it. I've been waiting for somebody to answer this. And this is my last time addressing it. Name one thing I've said tonight. Shout out to Jonas in the building. Name one thing I've said tonight or any other night that makes me a hater. And not even old school he despised me, can even answer it. We were just on Rawhide show the other day. I asked him that question. I'm still waiting for an answer. Nobody can ever say anything I said. Now, because I ask questions or even criticize something, that don't make you a hater. And the most amazing thing to me, all you cult members out here, and I told you y'all would do this. And I said, I challenge any other content creator. Don't let these people turn on Coach Prime. You better not. As soon as it don't go right, now it's Sean Lewis' fault. But before that, Sean Lewis was the best thing ever came. He almost beat Georgia. Y'all that came with Sean Lewis trying to sabotage Colorado. Okay, cool. We'll run with it. Charles Kelly, he the best coordinator ever. Couldn't wait for him to leave. But this is where I made my mistake. This is where I made my mistake, trying to talk to Colt members. And I promise I won't ever do it again. But I love to entertain these kind of questions. Because it is content. And then there was a portion where I started saying, I'm looking at some content creators, and they in my mind, I'm like, how y'all just make up whatever y'all want to make up? They just make up stuff. But again, that's my fault, because it's YouTube. That means you do what you want to do. But the problem is, the only thing I'll say, shout out to Law Dog, throw his name out there, holding people accountable for what they say when you know they know better. You know they know better. Stop it. Stop. Some of y'all just be saying stuff to say stuff. Y'all out here grifting. I'm calling them out. If the shoe fit, put it on. If it don't, walk on by. It is what it is. If you feel a certain way, then I'm talking to you. If you don't, if you're like, who are you talking about? I'm not talking to you. If you be like, man, F-Co hate, then I'm talking to you. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. As people that have these platforms, whether how big or small they are, whether it's 500 people, 1,000 people, 100,000 people, we are now, I hate to say this, but this is the truth. People take the words that come out of our mouth as the gospel and they run with it. They go to the barbershops and say exactly what we say on these things, believe it or not. I'm telling you, I didn't realize it, but I'm telling you. And that's what it's all about. Let me get into what I really came for. Now, so Cuban King, you're 100% right. I don't want to that's my last stand. I'm done with it. I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing. Let's get into Robert Livingston, man. Appreciate y'all. And for all of the cult members, we can take apologies in the chat. Here's a perfect example. This dude right here, Yo Creole, he a troll. I get it. Sean Lewis and O'Boyle were playing for other teams. But you the same dude. When I ask a question, you a hater, coach. You don't want to see Sean Lewis succeed. But Yo Creole, the same dude. Sean Lewis and O'Boyle were playing for other teams. Get out of here, clown. Appreciate you still came for saying I'm sorry. Yo Creole clown. Call him out. Because they here for the train wreck. They doing these. This is how they look at it. They just want to start trash. I'm cool with that. That's fun. I have no problem with that. But I'm going to call you behind out, though, for that foolishness. Yo Creole, the same dude that'll come on here. All the coaches are great. Da-da-da-da-da. And be the same dude talking about, man, that coach sucked. He need to fire him. Coach Hart, trash, fire him. Coach Hart, trash, fire him. Come on, man. All right, let's get into the hire. And every time I bring his name up, you notice he disappear. Yo Creole. And I'm going to say this last thing. I'm going to say this publicly because maybe some other content creators will watch it. I'll bring this up, and it's the last time I even mention his name. But I'll say this about old school. We first started, it was fun, banter back and forth. To all other content creators out there, if he tell you anything about me, y'all got my phone number. You can get in contact with me. I've had this number 20 years. Call me. Don't believe nothing that dude say. He a parasite. All he want to do is start ish and go from channel to channel to channel to channel. That's it. He got nothing else to do. He a lonely old man. And what he does is try to drive wedges. And one thing we got to stop doing is listen to people like that. And you think it's what it is. Because I've heard stories. I've seen tweets. I've seen people messages. You know how stuff get back. Once you tell somebody else, it's out there. So all them content creators out there, come on, dog. I ain't got no hate for you. I got nothing but love for you. I promise you. I really do. I really do. I don't have no beef. But guys like old school, you're a clown, dog. See, for him, this is entertainment. For a lot of us, this is business. Some of y'all, you do this full time to feed your family. See, people like him create wedges where we couldn't collaborate because we think it's beef. See, for him, he sit home and get a check. Probably all of us contributed to through our taxes and stuff, if you get where I'm going. But he create wedges. And where, think about the Colorado content creators come together and create big things. But people have preconceived notions because people are scared to talk. And another thing is people think the pie not big enough. I got to get it all. It's YouTube, dog. Plenty to go around. There's plenty to go around. So it is what it is. All right, let's get into Robert Livingston. Here's what I titled the show. Colorado's new DC will be the reason for wins and losses. And this is why I say this. This is why I say this. Pat Shurmur, who is the offensive coordinator, is the offensive coordinator for Colorado. Very important piece. Very important piece. But we know about Pat Shurmur. We know what we kind of expect. That doesn't mean it's going to be exact. So when I say things, guys, don't think it's going to ever be 100%. Please don't. Please don't. But we kind of know who Pat Shurmur is as a play caller. We've seen him through the NFL and so forth. You kind of got a feel for who he is as a guy. We've seen a lot of the, besides really Coach Loho, who's the offensive line coach, like I said, he doesn't have a ton of experience, but, you know, we're talking about decision makers in the sense of every 25 seconds making a play call. These are the people I'm talking about. Head coach, both coordinators. These are who I'm talking about, those three. Not really position coaches today. So we kind of know what Pat Shurmur is going to bring. We had a chance to see him coach in the latter half of the season in regards to taking over for Sean Lewis and so forth and so on. But the reason I said Robert Livingston is the reason Colorado will win or lose this season is because defensively is where they truly had the problem. Out of 132 schools, they were ranked 132nd. I want people to follow me when I'm saying this. Out of 132 schools, I think there were 132 schools that were ranked 129th. Sorry, I may have said that wrong. I mean, we're talking about all D1 schools now. We're talking about G5s as well. Not just Power 5 conferences, ACC, Pac-12, Big 10, Big 12, SEC. Talking about Sun Belt, Mountain West, Conference USA, and all that good stuff. AAC. That's terrible, dog. Now, you can blame that on whoever you want to blame it on. Again, the coach member's going to blame it on the players. But yeah, all the players was dogs. Remember that. Cut it out. I believe that Robert Livingston is the key to Colorado's success this year. Now, let me go back about this hire because there's been some talk and I brought this up. We know that Coach Prime and Carl Reed from 247, they put out some tweet a couple months ago. I don't know the exact date, so don't Twitter me to death. About it's going to be this, you know, NFL atmosphere and yada, 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 three-head exploding emoji and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Cool. But that didn't happen. Then there was some other talks about us coming out in the next 48 to 72 hours. That didn't happen. And of course, the rumor mill starts spinning. I'm not mad at that. That's part of this game. I'm not tripping. People start speculating. Oh, it's Ken Norton. Oh, it's Jim Leonard. Oh, it's this name. It's that name. It's this name. It's that name. It's Ed Reed. It's Ray Lewis. It's these people. I get it. I'm not even tripping. That's part of the game. And it didn't come that. It didn't become any of that. And then we get another notice from Coach Prime. We're going to put it out in the next 72 hours. We got our guy. And that didn't happen. I want to get the right guy. I don't want to be fast, but I want to get the right guy. And then people start speculating about, well, he hired everybody. This coach didn't come because he couldn't bring anybody. It's only one position left. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. And we want this splash hire. He's an NFL guy. Cool. Here's what I'm going to say about Robert Livingston. It's not a splash hire. That does not mean it's not a good hire. I want to be clear. But Robert Livingston is not a splash hire. We can say what we want to say. This is where the Colt members get riled up and they get mad. But not one of these Colt members, unless you're a true Cincinnati Bengals fan, knew who Robert Livingston was. Am I right or wrong? Not one. You had to Google a dude to find out who it is. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But to say it's a splash hire, that's a falsehood, guys. But that doesn't mean it's not a good hire. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because we've seen this before. We've seen this model work before. We've seen Michigan hire a defensive coordinator named Jesse Minter, right? Jesse Minter was a coach since 2006. He did some intern stuff, but he was a what? Georgia State defensive coordinator, had some coordinator experience, but he really was a defensive assistant in the NFL. Not really a coordinator, right? With tons and tons of experience. Real quick, Notre Dame, defensive intern. Cincinnati, graduate assistant. Indiana State, linebacker coach. Indiana State, defensive coordinator. Georgia State, defensive coordinator. Baltimore Ravens, defensive assistant. Baltimore Ravens, assistant defensive back coach. Baltimore Ravens, defensive back coach. Vanderbilt, defensive coordinator, safety coach. Michigan becomes a defensive coordinator. So we've seen guys that have come in that not necessarily a lot of experience, right? And that's okay. That doesn't mean it's a bad hire. I meant to have this up, and I'm sorry. I forgot the coordinator for Michigan prior to him. I forgot. Who was the coordinator prior to Jesse Minter? Y'all help me out. Now, him not being a splash hire, does it mean it is not going to work out? No. I think this guy will do a good job, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. But I think this guy, Mike McDonald, thank you so much. Thank you. Mike McDonald, I apologize. Mike McDonald, he's another gentleman that comes up, Michigan, right? Let's look at his record. Linebackers coach, running back coach, high school, graduate assistant, Georgia. Defense quality control, Georgia. Baltimore Ravens coaching intern. Defense assistant, Baltimore Ravens. Defensive back coach, Baltimore Ravens. Linebacker coach, Baltimore Ravens, and gets a defensive coordinator job at Michigan and takes them to the playoffs. So this model can work, but splash hire, it is not. Sorry, just what it is. And that's okay. That's okay. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say that I believe that Robert Livingston can do a good job. Let's run down his stuff for a second. 2012 to 2014, he was in the scouting department. So he should have an eye for talent, right? It's a little bit different, though, scouting for pros than it is scouting for college. But I don't know if Coach Prime plans on changing his approach to recruiting to more high school kids. Maybe not, and that's okay too. It's his program. Run it how you choose. Or is he strictly going to use a lot of the portal? That's fine. No problem. 2015, became a defensive quality control special team assistant. 2016, assistant defensive back coach. 2017 to 23, basically secondary coach, safeties coach. But here's why I say he's going to be a good hire. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. But even with the lack of experience of calling the plays, what I like about him, even though he's been at one program, he's been around a lot of different things. Through his tenure at Cincinnati, he's had 4 different defensive coordinators. And that is what is important. That is what is important. He's had Mike Zimmer, who I think was the catalyst to him being hired. That's my personal opinion. Paul Gunther, 3 years under this guy as a defensive coordinator. Terrell Austin, 1 year under him. And currently Lou Anarumo, 2019 to 2023. So he's gotten 4 different defensive coordinators with a bunch of experience that he could sponge from and create his own defensive package. He's not coming from a one-trick pony like, oh, he was only under Mike Zimmer and that's all he knows. I guarantee, and I got all these books back here from everywhere I've been. I got different packages, and you create your own recipe. I take some of, Big Mama's, this, and I take some of Nana's that, and I take some of Medea's this, and I create my own recipe. And this is what I like about Robert Livingston. The beautiful thing I'll say about him, there's something about him that's good because he stood the test of time. What do I mean by this? He's been through 2 head coaches in Marvin Lewis and Zach Taylor, was never fired. Because usually when a new coach come in, they gut it all. Well, he stood the test. He like the phoenix. He rose from the ashes. And you also were a position coach under 4 different DCs, and we know how important it is coaches like to come in and bring their guys, and they thought that you did well enough to still be a part of this program at that particular position. That's important. Mike Zimmer comes in really his last year when he gets the first year of coaching. Well, during the scout process. So maybe he kind of learned some stuff. But then he goes on to Paul Gunther, 2014, 2017. 3 years of picking that up, being around those guys. And he's the assistant defensive back coach, and he was also the secondary coach, so they promoted him. Then Terrell Austin comes in, 2018, keeps him as the secondaries coach. You know how many coaches get fired when a new guy come in? No problem. And then under Coach Lou Anarumo, I hope I'm saying that correctly, he also remains as the DB coach from 2019 to 2023. So that tells me he has something up here. He's a relatively young coach. Been coaching since basically, he was a scout 2012, but been actually coaching since 2015. In 8 years, he's done enough where these veteran coaches say, this young man got something. Now, here's where the learning curve is. I said I wasn't going to do this, but this is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect example of a cult member. He'll credit Mike Zimmer for Robert Livingston hire, but not Coach Prime for the UCLA hire. What are you talking about? Cult members, dog. He has a learning curve because he has not actually called the plays, and that is a skill within itself. It's not as easy as just reading off a play sheet. There's a feeling, there's an emotion behind it. There's the pressure of every 25 seconds. You may come out there against an offense that's not, remember, 25 seconds is the full play clock. You could play teams like Tennessee, they snap it every 12 seconds. So there's a lot of organization in there. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just telling you what comes with this new position. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you what comes with the new position. Sorry, really flawed. Sometimes, I'm learning. I'm really flawed too, really flawed. But sometimes you want to give it to them. I'm like, Shay, I'm going to shoot this over that mofo bow. I'm just having fun. But anyway, that's a big learning curve when it comes to calling plays. You got to feel that thing out. It's a feeling. Sometimes your analytics don't go with the way in which the game is going. You broke down 10 films or you broke down 3 games prior to, and your analytics say 75% of the time they run inside zone. Well, guess what? You now halfway through the second quarter, and they have not run inside zone one time on third down. So now you got to go off script because they've changed their script. Like, that's part of calling plays. That's part of feeling the game. What do you do when a team does something that you have not practiced all week because you've never seen them do it on tape? But when they show up against you, they come in with a whole new game plan that you have not seen on tape. How do you make those adjustments on the sideline? I don't know if he's a in the booth guy or on the field guy. I don't know that. But these are the things. It's just different than sitting up there. So you see a guy like Andy Reid in the Super Bowl just looking at his sheet. He's been doing this so long, it's like him reading a book. He's like, okay, let's do this. Check that off. Okay. Yep, call this play. Yep. He's setting plays up. I guarantee that overtime play was set up way back in the third or fourth quarter. When they felt like they were going to go to overtime, that began to get set up a long time ago. But that's the art of calling football play. You don't just go out there what we call Rolodex in the coaching. All right, run that one. It doesn't work like that, not at that level. But anyway, that's important. Here's the next thing I'm going to bring up, why I say this is important for Robert Livingston if Colorado wins or lose games. One, offensively, I think they're going to score points. They have the players. They got the quarterback. O-line has gotten better. I can't say it's elite, but it's definitely gotten better than last year. And even as bad as the O-line was, Shadour's still out there with 3,000 yards passing, dog. Still throwing for 3 stacks. Still throwing for 3 stacks. So if the O-line gets just 25% better, which I think is higher than that, but I'm just pulling a low number, imagine then. The problem is, can you stop people? And here's why I go with that. A lot of people have been talking about the Big 12. Big 12 is terrible. Big 12 is not good. All right. Well, there was a list put out with the top 10 returning running backs. There was a list put out with the top 10 returning running backs. And out of those 10, 5 of them, Colorado got to play. Let me just read you these stats right quick. I like to run stats. No particular order. These are just 5 of those guys. DJ Giddens from Kansas State. Colorado has to play them. He had 223 carries, 1,226 yards, 10 touchdowns, 29 receptions, 323 for 3 touchdowns. That's from K-State. That's on the schedule. Big 12. I'm only talking Big 12. Taj Brooks, Texas Tech, 290 carries, 1,538 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns. He had 29 catches, 72 yards, 0 touchdowns. R.J. Harvey from UCF. R.J. Harvey from UCF. 226 carries for 1,416 yards, 16 touchdowns. He had 19 catches for 238 yards and 1 touchdown. Devin Neal from Kansas. 203 carries, 1,280 yards, 16 touchdowns, 25 catches for 217 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State, 285 carries, 1,732 yards, 21 touchdowns, 39 catches for 330 yards and 1 touchdown. and everybody talking about the Big 12. Bruh, 5 Big 12. The least dude on here, 1,200 yards rushing. And what was one of Colorado's biggest points? I know, oh, Coach Livingston's here. We got better. We got better recruits. I get it. But the running game is what was tough. Now, I didn't even bring Utah in this with Cam Rising coming back. I didn't even bring Utah in it in their running game. And what's his name? Jaquindon Jackson. He actually had a down year, but he had like 800 and something yards. So I didn't even bring Utah, but I'm just talking about the top producing running backs coming back. I ain't looking at nothing else. I was like, this is enough for me. So there's a lot that has to happen. And that's why I said he is the X factor. Scoring points, I don't think is an issue for Colorado. Stopping points is the issue. Yeah, you got Travis Hunter. Love it. I don't know what his role, if he's going to be a 50-50 guy like he was before. But the running attack has been the issue. Can they get it fixed? Can they get it fixed? And that's why I said that Robert Livingston is the X factor to Colorado's success this year. I just wanted to put that out there. I open up the phone line, 862-799-9956. I love for some Colt members to call in. I like to talk to them. I like to talk trash. Really flawed, please call in. I want to give you some love on your channel and what you got going on. If I did miss you in the chat, I appreciate it. I apologize because I wanted to stay focused. And every time I see that clown, I got to get him. But anyway, Jungle Brother, please call in. And there ain't no beef. Listen, I'm not tripping, dog. I want to have a conversation. I want people that we have a conversation and talk it out. That's all. Still Canes for the $5. Thank you. Coach, really concerned about CU recruiting ranking. 2024, CU is 119th. Colorado SU, I guess Colorado State, I guess what you're trying to say, had a better ranking. How are they supposed to improve or contend? Well, based on the model in which I'm seeing, appreciate you still, Kane, is that all of their recruiting is going through the transfer portal and not the high school part of it. So that's Coach Prime's model. So the high school piece is you pick up, some guys here and there. I think they only have a total of 6 or 7 guys through the high school side of it. But I think they picked up almost 30 in the transfer portal. Maybe that's Coach Prime's model. That's fine. But that's his model. Okay. So $5. Thank you. That's still Kane. I appreciate you. And guys, if you'd like to do super chat, you're more than welcome. If you do Cash App, you can do that. We can throw it up on the screen and so forth and so on. I really appreciate you. And we'll put that up here on the screen for you guys on Cash App. All right, we got quite a few people popping on in here. I would love for you to call in. I got to stick to the 2 minutes because y'all are rocking and rolling in here. And like I said, you're more than welcome to stay around once we hang up, come back in. But I do got to give everybody opportunity because I knew this would be hot in here. We got 239 people in the building. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And let me go ahead to the all right. 6356. Call and talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from. You got 2 minutes.
Warren G from the Chi-Town.
Warren G, what's up, baby?
Coach.
I'm good, man. Glad to hear from you.
Man, glad to be talking to you at the same time, brother. I want y'all people to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the brother. Let me apologize to you, brother, if I'm a casual. I am not a coach. I just got back into college football when Dion was at Jackson. So I'm gonna leave that right there with that place.
I appreciate it, man. Go for it. Talk to us.
So here's my argument about some of what you said. You said that the years that he's been at Cincinnati, we're talking about Livingston, right?
Yes. Yes.
and the people that he's set up under.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask this question then before I even go to this. What would you say would be his learning curve? How if you had to give a percentage of Livingston learning curve, knowing the history or knowing some of his background, what would you say that learning curve would be? It'd be 10%, 20%, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think the only learning curve, here's what I can say, based on him being able to stay around these coaches and keep his job, he either knows somebody or he a very bright dude. And I'm going to take the latter. He's a very bright dude. So coaching is not an issue. Teaching, installing is not an issue. I'm just trying to give it, trying to lay it out.
Okay.
The learning curve piece for me is the actual in-game battle of calling the plays when ish don't go right, yada, yada, yada. That's where the learning curve. So you say give it a percentage. I don't really know his history because he doesn't really have one in that sense, but I don't know. I say 35%.
Okay, that's fair. I can see you at 35%. Now, here's an X factor, and you may not consider this X factor.
Talk to me.
Because you talked about the running game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and it's not a splash hire. I agree. I said that off the rip when it came through. But after doing some research like you did and finding out about and listening to some of the players, the professional players talk about him as a coach and as a player's coach, I started to say, well, this may be a good hire, but I say he needs something else. And that something else to me was Warren Sapp coming in to build with the line. Now, we know that he's talking about coming in as a grad assistant and all of that, but he also made it clear that he's going to have some input on how that line reacts and deals with the kind of things that you just mentioned about the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to also consider that the guys that we brought in, do you not agree that they're upgrade from last year?
Agree.
For defense?
Agree.
Okay. All right. So, of course, it all starts on the gridiron. So we're just speculating at this point. Look,
of course,
they show improve. Now I can just speculate that they're going to do better than last year. Don't mean that they will. However, I think Warren Sapp is going to help complement him with that D line as well. So I think it's going to be a good mix. Now, nothing is absolute, but with Warren Sapp being on that line and him coming in, having the experience of being around these other coaches, like we said, because these are pretty good DC coaches that he's been around. Not including the head coach, I forget the name, that was which he was a
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, so I think that he has that in-game experience of seeing these different things and changing when he had to adapt. So he's taking all of that as a mentor because we already said that we're going to give him the fact that he's mentally smart. So he's taking all these notes in his head that, this happened, this situation. If they change up, I have to respond like this. I have to respond like that.
Right. I totally agree. I'll say this, Warren, because I got to roll.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at this. When you say the 35%, I agree with that. I can take a 35%.
Okay. Well, yeah. And like I said, I appreciate it. I just will say this last thing in response. Yes, Warren Sapp coming, I believe, is definitely an upgrade from the coaching perspective. And I'll talk about that a little bit about the way in which they got him in as a GA, which was 1,000% smarter than making him an analyst just because of the way in which he can be used. Analysts cannot be instructional on the football field, but GAs can. I know some other channels have covered that, but we can talk about that also. I will say this last piece from a coaching perspective. I want people to understand this. Looking at it from the outside in, we think the run game is stopped with the D-line. Yes, that's part factual, but the run game is actually stopped through your defensive backs, believe this or not. How they fit into the run scheme. If you go look at a lot of runs are stopped based on the edge and the perimeter, and they're stopped based on these edge defenders who end up being safeties, rovers, cornerbacks. If you go watch a lot of the run, we ain't talking about the A-gap gut punts. We're talking about these off-tackle outside zones. So a lot of people, I understand, we think running game, it's the D line, but it's really the DBs who help who help, huh?
JP Green ain't no little pushover either. So
no, I'm glad you said that. Hold on. I'm glad you said that. Hold on, I'm glad you said that. Right? Hold on, I'm glad you said that. You know what's funny? I remember the Arizona State game when I brought him up. You know what the Colt man was saying? He trash, Colt. Now he here. He ain't no pushover. Warren G, I love you, dog. I got to run.
Like that,
I didn't say you said that. I didn't say you.
Trash,
I didn't say you. I didn't say you. I'm just telling you how it's funny how the tide turned.
Yeah,
but Warren G, I love you, dog. I got to run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to you, brother.
Thank you, man. All right, real quick, man. Thank you. That was Warren G. He ain't from the LBC, but you know what them regulators look like. Mount up. Mike for the $10, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He didn't leave a comment. So thank you for the $10, Mike. I'll leave you sitting there for a second. Got you up here in the corner right there. All right, let me go to the next caller here. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Are you going to say the last four of my phone number?
I'm sorry. 067. No, that's not you. 3440. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
This is really flawed. I'm calling from Texas.
Okay. So talk to us, really flawed.
No. Honestly, I just wanted to call and say that I have been on this pay attention to the Big 12 bandwagon for at least 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the more people hear it being said out loud, the more people will start to do a little bit of research about the Big 12 and the history of the Big 12, because everybody thinks, I think what has happened is everybody watched Texas destroy Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship and just assumed that that was a good image of what the Big 12 was. And that's not what the Big 12 is. And so I feel like over time, we will start to see who the real Big 12 is once people start doing their research. We're forgetting to do our research, and we're assuming that we know what's going to happen from teams that we've never watched. I also want to say that I agree with your assessment on the coaching. That's similar to what I said earlier. We just don't know. There's just a lot of things we don't know, and we can't go check on anything because we haven't seen him do a lot of things. And so it's just hard to determine how great he is going to be or isn't going to be.
Correct. No, and to your point, you're 100% right. There is a lot of speculation, like Warren G said. All this is speculation, and we just gather data and create conversation and talk about it. But back to you saying, I think a lot of people, like you say, they don't look or take the time to research and look and say, okay, this team has gotten better. I guarantee, and I'm not trying to toot a horn here, but I guarantee a lot of people didn't even realize Kansas City running back. They know the team got better because they looked at the record, but they didn't know that I said Kansas City. But Kansas University's running back put up 1,200 yards. I guarantee people didn't realize UCF, because, again, they were in a different conference, their running back put up 1,400 yards. You know,
any highlights people are watching right now of Kansas is their backup quarterback that came in halfway through the year. Actually, at the beginning of the year. And their actual star quarterback didn't even play a lot of last year because he was hurt. So the film that's out on Kansas is even the backup, and the backup looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the quarterback. Right. I just think there's a lot of things that are missing where people aren't focusing. I feel like they're focusing more on what Colorado has, and they're not looking at what other teams are going to play has and how that's going to impact them. But I know my time is coming close to ending, so I'm trying to be very diligent on my timing here. But yeah.
So I'll say this, Really Flawed has a channel. She talks some NFL, some Colorado, some a little bit of everything in regards to football. You went live today for the first time. I was shocked. So tell people where they can find you. Y'all go support her. And I'll just say this. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to put this out here. So Really Flawed is AKA. Should I say that? Should I say what you used to be? No? Okay.
You could just, if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you'll figure it out.
All right, I'll put it in. The reason I said that because some people didn't know, but anyhow, just go to Really Flawed on YouTube. Ellen has already put it in the chat. So just click
I
the
love
link,
my girl
go
Ellen.
out,
Yeah, and
come back
also
in.
my channel, like
Mhm.
I obviously am creating content, talking about football, talking about whatever comes to my mind, and I'm just having fun. I think that it's just fun for me to just be creative and step into a new space. And I did go live today. It was a hot mess, but it was very fun. And so
Gotcha.
also my prediction is coming out Thursday. On my record prediction for Colorado, and I talk about the Big 12 and why my prediction is the way it is based on my 20 years of watching the Big 12, 20 years of watching the University of Texas in the Big 12. Trust me, there's more happening in the Big 12, the stability of the coaching in the Big 12. The teams are solid. So if you're listening to this and you're a Colorado fan, just take some time, take a deep breath, and go do a deep dive into the Big 12. And one thing, sorry, I'm on a rant. Don't look at how Texas played against the teams in the Big 12. Don't look at how Oklahoma played against teams in the Big 12. Go look at how Kansas State plays Kansas and how Kansas State plays Oklahoma State. Like, go look at those matchups because those teams are still there. And that's going to actually tell you more than you need to know watching the talent go against each other. So anyways, I'm ranting, but thank you, Coach Hayes. Thanks for your support. And thanks for showing up to my live today.
All right. Anything we could do to help you with the channel, like whatever, you just holler at us and we get you going. Perfect.
Y'all are amazing. Ellen is, Ellen's the best. So we'll take it from there. But I appreciate all of you.
Hey, I got Ellen on a 100-year contract, so don't even try to negotiate and get over. She on a 100-year contract. We're gonna be dead and gone in dust by the time she can get out the contract. So we good. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot, really.
You got it. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, great call right there. Let me go to the next one in the building. 1561, kind of going in order here. 1561. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from. Got 2 minutes.
What's going on, Coach Hayes? Nope, ain't been a minute.
What's going on? Who am I speaking to, brother?
That's Big LT.
Ah, Big LT. What's up with you, man? It has been a minute.
AKA Colt member, like you been saying on her, man.
You
stop that, Coach.
So you are a Colt member?
Cause you gotta stop that, man.
No, but you.
It got. Huh?
No, my question is, a Colt member, if it fits, then wear it. If it doesn't fit, then you're not a Colt member. So you called yourself a Colt member. That means that you're over the top.
I mean, I don't think I'm not part of no Colt. The only Colt I'm part of is the Green family over here.
Okay,
that's the only part of Colt I'm part of.
No, but when I say that, y'all. All right, but what I'm saying is, you said you're a Colt member, meaning that you're not over the. But you're saying you're not over the top, so you're not a Colt member.
Nah,
okay, that's fair.
However you want to say it, but speaking on some of them points that y'all made earlier, that Jackson running back for Utah, he's not there no more. He gone, and he hopped in the portal. He left Utah, and I don't think the Big 12 is easy by far. You know what I mean? It's probably maybe a notch, maybe below the pack that the pack was this year, but I don't think it's gonna be easy at all. You know, like you were saying, them running backs are all very good. And like you said, and you was talking about the secondary help stop the run is one of the top positions to help stop the run. Well, like you were saying earlier, if you look at it, Livingston had the number 3 secondary in the league, but like a year or two ago, right there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there was one right there for you. And then 2, what was another point? I think they were gonna talking about you can't build your team with transfer portal. That's what it's looking like to me right now. Almost every school is rebuilding their team with transfer portal, not just Colorado. Especially after what Colorado did this year. More teams are adding more transfer players on their team than they did last year. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody knows that Prime, he's been saying it. He's not gonna bring in a big class of recruits every year. He wants kids that are proven, so he's going to go into the portal and get them sophomores or them redshirt freshmen. I mean, out of them portal kids that he bring in, got 2 or 3 years left on him. He's basically bringing in a freshman in there that's got college experience. Like you said, know how to go to class, know what classes is, work out, all that. Why bring in 25 kids through the recruiting class when 15 of them gonna be gone, hop in the portal next year? How many kids is actually getting developed 3 or 4 years at one college? These past couple of 3-4 years.
No, I
You
can agree.
understand what I'm saying?
Listen, I agree. That's why I said I don't have an issue. If Coach Prime excuse me, if Coach Prime wants to do that, then do that. I really don't have. I really don't. We saw Mel Tucker strike gold when he did that, right? We've seen it work. I don't have an issue. I don't care. And I'm not saying that to be funny or sarcastic or facetious. If
No, I
that's,
heard you.
I'm saying if that's how he chooses to do it, then do it. I personally still feel that there's validity in getting some high school guys, a core group of guys. This is my personal feeling. This is not a knock on Coach Prime. He does it how he chooses, but I still feel that there is a reason to get a core group of high school kids to come through the ranks. Will you lose some? Most definitely. But I'm just saying that's Coach Hayes' thought. I'm not saying you got to get 30 of them. I'm not saying you got to get 25 of them, right? But that's just my thought on it. But that's me. But go ahead.
Well, no, you right about that, Coach. But I think he did get a core group of guys. Like you were saying, somebody put in a check. Oh, he's 110th ranked in the Big 12 in the rankings for the coaching and recruiting. Of course, you're going to be that if you only brought in 9 recruits this year. But what they failed to realize and fix their eyes on is that he's number one. They're number one in the Big 12 in recruiting and transfer portal. In the recruiting, they're number one as far as the average, the grade point average of them players. That's what everybody fails to realize when they want to bring up what number Prime is ranked in the recruiting class in the Big 12. They're not bringing up that he's number one in the grade point average out of them kids. Okay. The kid, that group of guys he's running, yes, it's small quantity, but the overall value of them players are better than any. They got on paper right now. They got the best roster in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. Why ain't nobody talking about that? They brought in 4 of the top 4 of the top 60 linemen. Mm-hmm. They brought in 4 of the top 25 offensive linemen and 4 of the top defensive linemen in there.
Well, so I'm asking because I don't know. Where can I find the Big 12 average? I'm just asking, where can I find that at? Because I know
if you go whatever stats that guy put in there and he was looking up the you can go, it's on 3 and 24/7 and all that. You can find that right there.
I know. I'm saying
go look up the average. Go look up the average for them players. The grade average.
Okay, the Colorado 24 commits. Is that what you're saying? The transfer portal. Is that what you're saying? I want to make sure I'm listening correctly.
Yeah. Transfer portal and recruits. Yeah.
Okay, so right now they're averaging, based on what you're telling me. As a matter of fact, I can put this up here on the screen because I'm not everybody right or wrong. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I want to research it for myself. And I think that's the difference, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I want people to understand that. Let me pop this. Oh, it'd be nice if I share it. Transfer. I think this is it. Okay. I'm sorry, callers, but I think this is very interesting because I want to really talk about this.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me blow it up a little bit. So we're saying right now, Colorado is ranked number 5th in the transfer portal. This is all according to 247. They're ranked number 5th, and they have a total of 24 commits. This is transfer portal. And their average is 88.08. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And you saying it's higher than
recruits.
Yeah,
recruit. Yeah, go look at the recruit and transfer portal though, both.
Hold on, I can only do one. So you're telling me it's higher than anybody else in the Big 12.
Those averages, right?
I'm looking at them. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm looking at them. Ohio State got 7 commits, but they're ranked 94. Their average is 94.
We're talking about the Big 12.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to get to, the Big 12. That's why I was trying to scroll down. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And you told me to look at those, so I stopped. Okay. Well, they're not in the Big 12. Who's in the Big 12? UCF. So UCF has 16 commits, and their average is 87.25, and Colorado is 88.08. Okay. I like it. Texas Tech, they only have 12 commits, and their average is 87.83, and Colorado's 88.
12. They got, so you saying they got 3 more recruits in Colorado this year?
No, these are all transfers. I haven't gotten to the recruits part. This is only transfers. You told me to look at the transfers, the average. I haven't gotten to the recruits. This is they have, can you hear me?
Say it again, Coach. My bad. I had to
I'm
get
sorry.
on to them kids.
No, I'm sorry. I was saying that this is the transfers. This is not the underclass. This is transfers.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Colorado has 24 commits. So Colorado has 8 more commits than Texas Tech, and it's 87.33 versus 88.08. Utah only has 9 transfer commits, and their average is 88.67, and Colorado is 88.08. So Utah's a little bit bigger.
And tell the GOAT, we're not talking about the number of recruits they got in the conference.
I'm talking about the average.
We're talking about the average.
Talking about the average.
Yeah,
that's what I've been talking about.
He
no, but that's
that.
Well, okay, we can't worry about that. Let's look at Nebraska. Nebraska only has 6 commits, transfers, and their average is 88.67, which is higher than Colorado's 88.08. So I'm not sure where you're going with that, but let me go ahead and look at the ranking. Like you said, let me go ahead and look at not the transfers, but the commits. I'm sorry, callers, but I just want to talk about this a little because you said they were the highest by average, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we see that that's not necessarily true. Is that correct? Based on the Big 12, they're not number 1.
What number are they now?
I don't know. I just know they're not 1. I didn't write it down, but they're not 1.
I mean, what is number 3? I mean, because it's probably been weeks since the last time I looked at it. But I mean, what's the difference from number 1 to number 2, number 3?
They're not number 1. I'm not trying. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying you said they were number 1, so I'm just pulling it up. I'm just pulling up the information, bro. That's it.
All right. Well, go to whatever you kind of get ready to go to.
You told me to go to the high school commits, correct?
Right.
Okay, that's what I'm going now, to the high school commits, the class of 2024. Right?
Yeah, somebody said you're not looking right.
It's on the screen. I'm showing you exactly.
It says because they have the highest high school class.
Okay,
high school class.
That was a transfer. No, but you said transfer, so I went to transfers first. Now I'm going to the high school class.
Oh, okay.
That was a transfer. Now we're going to the high school class. I'm just going along with for the ride. Now let's go to Colorado. Okay, right here, Colorado. Their high school average. How would I see all of that? Overall? Okay, overall. I guess that's including transfer too. No?
I have no idea how that works, sir.
All right, here we go. We're in Big 12. We're in Big 12 country. Let's go to Big 12. So right now, Colorado has 89 even. Right? That's 31. They have 31 total commits. They have 89 even. Texas Tech has 33 commits. See, there's something wrong. That's overall. So that means that's including everything. So I can't use overall, can I?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You doing overall?
No, because that's not including high school. That's including everybody, transfers and overall. No. So if I look at this right here, they have 7 commits. They got 92.69 points. Right? So based in the Big 12, to your point, that is the highest. They just don't have it ranked at having 92 points. Got it?
It says Texas Tech is second behind them. It says Colorado is number 1 and Texas Tech is number 2. That's what they saying in the chat.
Yeah, because they're looking at the overall, but that is factual based on the number.
I mean, well, that's what everybody's going off of was the overall.
Transfer and high school.
I mean, what ain't they all gonna be on the field?
Bro, I'm not tripping, LT. I'm talking about what you said. You said high school, so I'm just trying to
I
break
mean,
it down. I can't change what you said. You asked me, you said their high school recruits is the highest overall. So I looked at the high school. I'm just going by what you said.
And what number was they in high school?
They actually are number one. They have 92.69 points on average.
So
that's what I was telling you.
Number one in high school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. That mean I was correct on that.
You were
and
correct.
They dropped to what, number 3? You said in transfers.
I had to look at.
I don't number 1, but not too long ago.
Yeah, I had to look at. I'm sorry, I had to reset this. Put it back up here. Yeah, I'm not. I'm only going off of what you asked me. I'm not.
I mean, well, at the end of the day, my moral of the story was that they had on paper they got the best roster in the Big 12.
Okay.
Most talented team in the Big 12 on paper.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. All right.
That's all I wanted to bring up. That's it. And I think that and of course the DC, I don't think it was a splash hire either. You know, he's not the person, the name that I was looking for, but I'm glad that he got this guy, because if he would have brought that name in like everybody was looking for, that splash, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, a name they would have had the internet and ESPN. You notice ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody at the end of ESPN like, if he would have brought one of them guys in, them names that we was talking about, it'd have been all over the internet. But that would open up the gates for people to come in, maybe like yourself, to come in and blast Prime for hiring them type of guys with no coaching background. You know what I'm talking about? That's what everybody wanted to see, something to turn them down about. But since he's an experienced guy in here that actually has some kind of NFL background, and as a young, hungry guy, people ain't got nothing to say about it. We'll see what he do. That's crazy. But if you brought Al Harris in there, Al Harris in there, Peter been going bonkers. But the only difference between him and Al Harris is that Al Harris actually played the game. He didn't call no plays or do no coordinator or nothing like that. If you look at it, Singleton actually had more reach on the defensive play situations than Al Harris did.
I understand.
I mean,
I get it. I just saying like this, bro. It's not because it's not a big name. I think every school go through that. If Al Harris would have got hired at Kentucky, just pull a name out of the sky.
Yeah.
Kentucky hires former defensive back Al Harris. Do you know who the latest defensive coordinator was hired for Kentucky right now? No, it wasn't on ESPN.
No idea.
Nobody cares because it's not a splash hire. That's my point. It's not a Colorado thing.
And then I don't think it's not a splash hire. I think it's because it's Kentucky. Nobody give a damn about Kentucky. If Al Harris would have got hired in Colorado, people would have heard. They'd have been talking about it on ESPN.
And if Al Harris would have got hired at Kentucky, they would have talked about it. But what I'm trying to tell you is,
man.
Okay.
I don't think so, man. They just one of them coaches just got the O'Brien though. What his name?
Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien just went to Boston College as the head coach, and they've been talking about it.
Right, and you don't see everybody talking about that.
Who not talking about Bill O'Brien going to Boston College? What?
Nobody talking about Bill O'Brien going to Boston College.
Okay.
I'll be on YouTube all day. Ain't nobody talking about that shit.
Type in Bill O'Brien and see what happens. It's just not in your algorithm, bro.
Because he's not interesting. At least you not talking about him. That's how I know it ain't shit.
I actually did talk about it. We actually got a whole show. We talked about Bill O'Brien.
And how many people was watching when you talked about it? No offense, but how many people was watching? Look how many people is watching now compared to your last live. That should tell you right there.
I agree.
Don't nobody give a shit.
You correct. But that's us. I appreciate it, dog. I got to run. I got a lot of calls. But LT, don't be no stranger, dog. Come on, man. Come on back to the dog side.
Brother, come on.
Come on home.
Talking about Prime, I tell us that some cane.
I get it, dog. Some people can't stand greatness.
I got you though, brother.
Some people can't stand greatness when you talk about them Canes.
Man, y'all need to focus on worry about keeping that staff and them players. They don't do good, man. Them players gonna come to Colorado, and you know that. Especially with wrist press on the job. You know he ready to dumpster dive.
Yes, sir. All right, I got to run, LT. Appreciate it, though.
All right, brother. You take care.
Thanks, man. All right. I'm trying to stick in my 2 minutes. Lexus, talk to us. It is Colorado night, Lexus, so you can talk Colorado football.
Hi, Coach Hayes.
Hi, how are you, Lexus?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. We rocking and rolling. Talking about the defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston. What's your thoughts on him?
Let me tell you something. I don't think none of these defensive coordinators are what you call them, splash hire. I don't think none of them are. Except if you go get some celebrity that's already a splash, whether he become a defensive coordinator or not. And then you put them as the defensive coordinator, like a Ray Lewis or somebody. Ray Lewis a splash, whether he a coordinator or not. Other than that, I don't think none of them know splash. Because, I mean, think about it. Unless you were doing this and you were really into football or doing a show like you doing, who is going around talking about the defensive coordinator in his school? I mean, really. You talk about the head coach, the quarterback, and maybe if you got some maybe good running back or receiver or something, that's kind of it. There ain't none of those splashes. Ain't no splashes. Everybody jumping in the pool, ain't nobody splashing. So I'm just saying, and it's no disrespect to this man. I hope he does well.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope if Warren Sapp is there to help, he does well.
Sure.
I want Colorado to win. But now I do have to, I got to chasing you on something, Coach Hayes. I have to help keep you straight. I know the Queen LV keeps you straight all the time, and she don't need my help because she bad like that.
That's right.
But I have to keep you straight on something. Now, you did have a couple of moments. Couple, 3, 4, 5. Not moments, but videos. Where you even had me saying, okay, Coach Hayes, you are starting to sound a little like a hater right now. I'm gonna give you an out though. I'm gonna give you an out because here's why I thought you were doing that. I thought you were doing that because you had like you said, a cult member on your channel, and he was getting on your nerves a little bit. Because with the cult member, Coach Prime couldn't do no wrong. He was up there on the throne right beside Jesus. So it got on your nerves a little bit, and it kind of made you go a little left as far as your let's just say critique of Coach Prime. And it did sound a little haterade. It was mixed with a little haterade. It had a little pinch in it.
So, Lexus, I'm gonna ask you like I asked. Hold on, Lexus. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you this before I let you go.
Okay.
Everybody remembers all these details. They know when it was. They know the date. It was raining. They know the shirt I had on. They know all this stuff. But what did I say, Lexus? Tonight or any other night, that makes me hate. Everybody talk about it had a pinch of this, a little bit of that, but nobody can say what I said. That makes me a hater. And I'm asking you, Lexus, with all love.
I'm saying you had like conversations, and I'm telling you, I'm giving you an out because really, truthfully,
I don't want to out.
You kind of had good calls because you were sharing the stage at the time with a cult member, and that cult member couldn't see no wrong. I mean, and I think it kind of provoked you. Let's just say, to just throw a little salt on the haterade wound. You know what I mean? It did. It's not to say that you are a hater, because I never thought you were one, and I was one of the ones that was defending you on the chat and otherwise. When people were saying you were one. I'm just saying throw a little haterade juice out there. Oh, during those moments only.
I love it.
When you were talking to the cult member.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Lexus, I love you.
And it made me kind of say, okay, now he kind of going there. He digging in a little bit too deep. and I need him to will him in. But you at the same time, you had the little devil on your shoulder, which was the Coke member.
I got you. Well, Alexis, I appreciate. I got so many more callers on here, but everybody calling in. They want to give me a piece of their mind, or they want to express their opinion. But thank you, Alexis, as always. I appreciate you, baby.
And I'm gonna have to call back because I gotta ask you something that has nothing to do with this. But I'll call you back later. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, Alexis. So even the great Lexus has not answered the question. I love her to death, but nobody can ever answer the question of what I said. They say it's a pinch of hate, and I'm only using those words because it's the most recent. But what? Well, I'm still waiting for somebody to say, what did I say? And I'm still waiting on it. All right, let me go into the next call. I'm catching them in as they come in. If you are a member, you do get to skip the line, so you can do it and do that. Make sure you go in and check it out, Discord as well. 3187. If you come on here and already call, please feel free to hang up. You don't have to stay on because it will back up the line. 3187. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Yo, what it do, Coach? This is Clark from North Carolina, man.
Clark, what's up with you, man? Talk to me. What's your thoughts, brother?
What it do? I like the hire. I ain't obviously, like you said, it wasn't a big splash hire, but Rob, he has developed Jesse Bates, Daxton Hill. He was there when Reggie Nelson was a Pro Bowler, and he was there with Pac-Man, which Prime calls his son. So that's a connection to Prime as well. So he's done good things. And my high school teammate got drafted to the Bengals, and he played DB for Rob as well. Tony McCray, he's the DB coach at Central currently, and he says he's a cool guy. He's a player coach. He knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those things is promising to me. I mean, obviously he hasn't called a game, and he hasn't been in the college game. And the biggest thing from the NFL to college is the hash marks. So you have to, find his footing with that. But
interesting point. Though. Great point. I don't think there's a big learning curve in that, but great point though. Go ahead, Clark. I'm sorry.
It's still, it's still a learning curve on top of having to call plays. So I mean, we'll see. But I think the big splash hire we had was Jim Leonard. And the reason I say that is he bought a house in Colorado, and he just got the safety job for the Broncos. But I think that deal fell through because we wouldn't let him bring his own staff. So accomplished DCs, they bring their staff because, obviously their position coaches know how they want to teach their offense. You got, Prime got his guys already there that been with him forever, and they on the Hart and Mathis and whatnot. He wasn't going to get rid of those guys. So I think that put a wrench in the Jim Leonard hiring.
Gotcha.
But me personally, I get Jim has a great track record, but from the personnel we have in the defense he normally runs, which is a 3-4, we didn't match that scheme.
That's
we don't got the linebacker talent to run a 3-4.
So hold on. So let me ask. So you think they're going to run a 3-4 with Robert Livingston or not? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no. No. He's a nickel. He's a nickel guy. 4-2-5.
Okay.
He's a nickel guy. They're at least what well, let me say this. He worked under a nickel guy with Lou.
Clark.
Clark,
can you stop?
Like you said
Clark,
earlier.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. But what you just did right there, thank you, brother. Thank you, dog. You say he's a nickel guy, and then you stop yourself and say, you know what? Wait a minute. He worked under. Nobody knows what this guy is, right?
Exactly.
He's never run his own defense. So we're only assuming he's going to run. He may come out there and run something totally different. But I like the fact that you said it, and you said, listen, highest possibility he may be a nickel guy because that's what he's been under these past 8 years. But people are out here. He's this. This is kind of defense he runs. How in the F does anybody know? Nobody's seen him run a defense. Like, that's the kind of stuff. So thank you, Clark. I appreciate you for that, man. Thank you for that, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't know. I mean, but he did have third down. He did drop the schemes for the third down. They
Okay.
gave him that freedom. Even though, I mean, he drew him up, that still doesn't automatically mean, those teachings he had to do or those drops, it'll be something
Gotcha.
he will bring over. But I'm pretty sure they had those discussions
Sure, man.
in the interview process.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
yeah, I think he's a great hire. And on the topic of the Big 12 running backs, I got a group, and I think that space you heard with Bucky was that's my group on Twitter Spaces.
Okay.
On the Speed of Bus, we had them. Yeah, we had them in there a couple times, and
Good.
we have our discussions and whatnot now. And they were saying that they feel like Alton McCaskill was going to be a top 5 running back in the Big 12 coming.
Good.
And I was saying I don't coming in. I don't know. Alton has a lot of talent, but the Big 12 is like as you went through the list, as I did with them, there's a lot of guys that's performing at a high level in the Big 12.
Oh, we talking 1,400 yards, 1,300 yards. In today's football, as much as they don't want to throw the ball around the yard, not just Colorado, I'm talking about college football. Bro, these numbers unheard of. But Clark, I got to run, brother. It's almost 22 people back here, man, so I got to go.
All right, for sure, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate what Clark just did right there, man. He said something and he realized, I can't give him that credit because we don't really know. And I love that. I appreciate him for that. And Clark always comes in with some real knowledge. I got Neckbone in. I thought I had. Oh, I got Neckbone in the building. Neckbone, talk to me, man.
What's going on, Coach Hayes? Just let you know, man. Appreciate for everything. And, man, I can't wait till next season, man. You bring these guys on to help you on your podcast.
Appreciate it.
Keep doing your thing, big dog.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. Always been a supporter, man. Talk to us, Neckbone. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, no, bro. That was it, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for that, Neckbone, man. Going to join that Discord, man. Don't be playing, man. Come on in here, man.
Already, man. God bless.
You too, man. Thank you, brother. All right, man. Neckbone. That was a fun call. Quick and easy to the point. All right, here we go. 0767. 0767. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from? What's your thoughts?
How you doing, Coach Prime? This is Danny Stein calling from Dallas, Texas. And I'm here to defend you. I would like to know how you a hater against Coach Prime. You just tell the truth. You give the good, the bad, the ugly. Even Coach Prime knows the weaknesses of his team. When he threw his own offensive line up under the bus, when he said that the defense couldn't stop the run. But you can't talk about what Coach Prime is saying also. When Alabama got beat by Texas, they want to fire Nick Saban. They want to get rid of the quarterback, which they did. You're not crazy. I wish Coach Prime the best. But I can't listen to another podcast when they know that the teams are weak in this area and they keep blowing smoke up my wahoo. That makes me feel like, hey, you're not really giving me the ins and outs of the team. You're just on one direction, like listen to Fox News. Like, I don't get it. Just telling you the truth. And when it comes to the offensive coordinator, I think he has an advantage because no one knows anything about him, so they can't get a book on him. But and plus, I don't know what defense he's gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the defense coordinator.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to say you're not a hater, Coach. You just tell the truth, and I appreciate that because I want to know the weakness. I'm a Texas fan. Okay, right now I'm not gonna say, hey, we gonna go into the SEC and win it because hey, we need more defensive line help because we lost some guys in the draft. You know, say we lost some wide receivers in the draft. We got to replace those. You know, I want my team to win, just like I want Colorado to win. Okay, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, hey, no matter what, every game they go into, even though they're underdogs, I hope they win. But I still know their weaknesses.
That's right.
And that's not hating. That's just telling the truth.
That's just talking ball. Yep.
That's just talking ball. That's it. You're not a hater, coach. I got you.
I appreciate you, man.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I thank you, man.
Hey,
and that's what this channel for, man. People that understand that, that's what it's for, man. And it's funny when he say, it's like watching Fox News. You crazy, man. But I get what you're saying. When it's just, everything is just one side, there's no compare and contrast. There's no, and again, that's why I hold myself accountable for trying to do that. And that's why I had to realize, that's why I said 2024, coach turned over a new leaf. Because I started engulfing myself in this craziness. And I'm like, okay, what can I do to even explain it even better? And I realized you can't change their mind. That's where they are. People love train wrecks in the sense of like that. And then I'm done with it. So, man, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one, coach.
You too, man. All right. 2209 coming to you next. 2209. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
This Tim calling from Alabama.
Tim from Alabama. What's up with you, man? What's your thoughts?
I got another question I wanted to ask you. What happened to Charlie Strong, the defensive coordinator, used to be at Florida?
He's at Alabama. Well, was. I don't know if he's still there now, but yeah.
Like, I don't get that. That dude was like on a championship winning team as a defensive coordinator. And I don't get why nobody never gave him another shot.
Well, he came to Miami as a linebacker coach when he left from when he left from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Remember, I want to say he left from USF, South Florida, went to the Jacksonville Jaguars with Urban Meyer. When they were done, he came to Miami for a year, and then he's been at Alabama ever since. But like you said, why he's never got another chance, you mean as a coordinator or as a head coach?
At least as a defensive coordinator, I would think, because I thought he was a pretty good, defensive coordinator, Just because you're a good defensive coordinator don't make you a good head coach either, but,
That's
no
true.
here nor there.
That's true. I'm not saying he didn't have any opportunities, but when you start to get these guys in their later years, sometimes they still want to coach, but maybe they don't want to be that guy. Like I say, he went back to Alabama as an analyst. Kevin Steele was the defensive coordinator at Alabama. So they both worked together at Miami and kind of, so I don't know. I can't really speak for that, but yeah.
But this is my thing on, I ain't saying Colorado can't be a decent team, but the teams that win championships, they built out of high school, and them teams stick together and bond together. Like Michigan, look how long it took Michigan to get there. You can't tell me you finna put a whole bunch of transfer portal and go win championships. I can see you winning 7-8 games, but man, them YouTube videos got these people messed up because it's like they don't know football, man. If you know football and you really know football, yeah, they get some good players, but man, most of the best teams I done seen, them guys came through high school and they were brought up together and they know each other. That's just my thought. You know how people finna go crazy talking about your hater and stuff like that, but it is what it is with me, you know what I'm saying? So if you just look at it, yeah, they good. It's flashy because it's on YouTube, something to watch. But come putting them pads on, it's different, man. Everybody got talent nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what these people need to think about sometime. You can say these transfer, but my whole thing, well, why did they transfer?
Good question. No, listen, you're 100% right. But here, you're 100% right. And why I don't give judgment, I'm just telling you why I don't give judgment in that, because everybody's one thing about football. I know it's going to sound crazy, but there's really no blueprint. You can do it how you choose. Now, does that mean it's going to yield positive results or negative results? That's something you got to figure out. But there's no lesson plan for it. So if Coach Prime wants to do it out the transfer portal, man, he do it until his heart is merry. But for me personally,
I ain't saying nothing wrong with it.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is I do believe there is more to the high school. This is me. More to the high school component And I get even what Big LT called in and said, well, he want guys that already know how to kind of go to class and they got the freshman stuff out of their system. I get that philosophy. And that's why I'm saying, Coach Prime, go do you, baby. Ain't nobody tripping, right? Because here's a beautiful thing. At the end of the day, there's only one thing, well, actually two, but the one thing that makes a difference in sport, and that's the score, and your score results in your record. That's it. Nobody cares that you hand wrote letters to this dude or you had them printed out of printer. Nobody cares if you Hall of Famer or you're not. Nobody cares if your whole team had food poisoning before the big game or not. What people care about is wins week by week, and what does that mean in your record at the end of the day? That's it. That's it.
I'm gonna say this before I go, but check this out though. You used to be a high school coach though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get a freshman team. That team ain't dominant to about what they last year. That's when they usually win that championship after they done bonded and learned each other and everything.
I agree with
you.
You
ain't gonna get that freshman class and you gonna have a few little high school, seniors here and there. They ain't gonna do much in there. But you take that freshman class, by the time they become seniors or they close to their last year, that's when they dominate.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying they cannot win. I'm not
right.
saying that, but I'm just saying you throw a team together and you think they finna be showing up this year. I'm not saying they ain't gonna win some games, But like you say though, it's at the end of whatever it's at the end of the scoreboard at the end of the game. But it's just hard to win nowadays, you know what I'm saying, without breeding some real dogs, and you gotta breed them. I think you gotta start from the high school. That's just me now.
Got you.
All right, I ain't gonna hold.
Thanks,
you
brother.
And I know I got to wear that hater shirt.
Nah, go get you one, baby. They on sale right there below the video. Go get you one.
Hey, bro. I just like, you keep it real, man. That's
Thank you, man.
Football, coach. You seeing how it go.
I appreciate it.
Like you say, you turn on Sunday's channel, man. It's like you living in a fantasy, man. Like it can't be no wrong. Everything got to be some wrong somewhere. If it was so right, they'd be talking about they was in the championship. It's wrong everywhere.
I get it.
But like I say, it's just Coach Prime, and you can see YouTube videos, and that's what they impressed with. But
I understand.
If we ain't have no YouTube video, you think we'd be getting all this noise? I ain't heard them talking about Freeman over there at Notre Dame. He was an awesome coach. But oh well. Starstruck.
Hey, I said that too, man. But anyway.
It's starstruck. All right, man. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, brother. All right. Let me already hung up. All right, going to the next caller, 7663. 7663. Caller, talk to us. You got 2 minutes.
Hey, Prime. This is Kitwana from San Francisco. I just want to say your voice is missed. I guess they got you messed up in the algorithm. I used to see you pop up in the feed all the time when it came to see you.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. They trying to hate on the player. They trying to stick me for my paper.
I think so. And I just want to be transparent. No, I really haven't followed that much of college football until Prime. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been a Cal fan.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh God, we're gonna whoop y'all butt this year. Go Canes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And I just want to say, yours was really the first voice I started to follow when Prime went from Jackson to CU, because you had the most clarion voice as far as that. And I appreciate it because I really don't understand the X's and O's of football, and you broke it down in a very clear, down where the goats can get it, and I appreciate that. But you don't do the fan base any favors by blowing smoke up their ass, and and I think true Colorado fans don't want that either. But there is kind of a cultish thing because people get up in their feelings with Prime because he makes them feel good.
Right.
And I ain't got no problems with that. That's probably why I follow him too. Because he's inspiring.
It's a story,
and I want him
man.
to do well.
Listen, it's a story. is awesome. It's like, you know what I mean? He Coach Prime. He's Neon Deion Sanders. Like, going to the Coach Prime, I'm going back to when we were kids watching this guy, Neon Deion, high stepping bandana wearing, wristband. Man, we used to go out there, play street football with have wristbands all the way up and down our arm, man, because of this dude. So I understand all of that, right? And I'm not taking away from that. I'm sorry, Katana, for bringing this up. But when we talk in this realm, then I speak from that coach's perspective. And I think I can separate. And I think that's the problem. I can separate the fandom for the individual versus coming on here as a YouTuber and talking about football. That's the difference. But go ahead. Go ahead. You got some time.
No, I was just going to say, as an athlete, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, I was an athlete since I was in elementary school all the way up into college.
That's right.
And, you know, you learn as an athlete to, like you do on your segment, you take the good, the bad with the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't improve.
That's right.
You know, if, you know, you got to have some humility with it, you know, because the humble person always knows there's a better way to do it. And I have a question as far as their CU's linebackers and their tackles. How do you feel they've done on the recruiting end as far as that? And then I can take it off the air. And I appreciate you. Keep it up.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll say this, right? I don't claim to be a follower of all transfer portal guys. I know linebackers has been a concern. I know that there's been a lot of talk about Bentley and so forth. Defensive line wise has been a concern. I think they've gotten some guys that's a little bit better. I think Juju Mitchell, unfortunately, didn't pan out for him, but I thought he was a breath of fresh air for Colorado when they came in. But it didn't work out well for whatever reason. I'm not here to speculate why he didn't play anymore. You know, all the insiders could go in there and tell you why he didn't play. All I can tell you is he didn't play. And that's unfortunate. So for when it comes to the D-line, I know they brought in some guys. Are they better than what they may have had last year? I think so. Is it enough? I don't know. Right now, I currently have them in my way too early record prediction, 6-6. That doesn't mean that won't change after the spring, and I think it's okay. That's why it's called the way too early, basically in January record prediction. So when you get to see them play on the field, and when you look at the spring ball, I can tell you a lot more. But I'm not a person that likes to, how do I say, I don't like to speculate and say what I think somebody's going to do, and I haven't seen them play. Like I said, I haven't seen what's the young man from Houston? They talk about him. I can't pronounce his last name. Chesawick. I may jack it up. Y'all put it in the chat for the fact checkers. I know he's a shorter guy. I heard Coach Prime talk about him. He's strong as an ox, this, that, and the third. Great attributes, great characteristics. But I got to see the dude play. I got to see him play. No, I have not gone and watched a UConn game of the guy coming from UConn. I'm sorry, I haven't done it. And I'm not. I want to see him play with Colorado. I don't even look at transfers because there's too many. They're all it's too many. They're all over the place. And second is you can't get isolated footage like you can on their highlight tape from high school. So I'm just waiting to see them play in the spring. So hopefully that answers the question in that sense. Let me go to the next call in here, 1435. Caller, talk to us. If you want to call, please call on in now. Possibly after this call, I will be hanging up. Viral Authority. I would love for you to call in too, as well as Jungle Brother. Don't be scared, man. Y'all call on in. I don't bite, bro. Huh? I might mega bite. I feel. My bad. 1435. Call to talk to us.
Hey, what's happening, Coach? It's Terry from B-Moon, man. What's happening?
What's up, man? Hey, my joke just fell flat, man. It was terrible. But go ahead. I get it.
Yeah. No, it kind of reminded me of how Colorado did this rollout.
What
the
you mean?
rollout sucked.
What you mean, the rollout? What do you mean?
That's all it was. The rollout, the build up for this DC. The DC hire is good, but the rollout sucked. Why'd you wait so long to hire him?
Why do you think?
That's
Why do you think?
I know why, but I think it could have been done sooner. If they would have been more realistic with the options, it would have been done sooner. It shouldn't have took all the way until February to hire a DC from the NFL that was an assistant. What is it? A backside coach or something like? Come on, man. Secondary coach? Come on, bro. Like
He's a secondary coach, yeah.
That's a. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have took that long, bro. So I mean, but my main thing is, I still think you being modest with this whole 35%. You being nice tonight with that learning curve, bro.
So what would you say it is?
It's things. I say it's 75.
In play calling. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's going to see things in college that he didn't see in the pros.
That's true. And see it from a different set of eyes.
They gonna
a different lens, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like it's going to be so simple that it's complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know what they're doing. It's just I wasn't expecting them to be this elementary. So shit, you got to switch up your whole defensive front. And he a backside coach. That's what he specialized at.
Backside coach.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I think he's going to be good for Shiloh. I definitely think he's going to be good for Shiloh. But Shiloh better do something. Shiloh, 24 years old. He's going to be the oldest man on that field.
Yeah, y'all tough, boy.
24? Come on, coach. Get that man in the NFL, man. Should let that boy go. 24. The boy that just won the Natty was 21. He's going to be 24 this year. By the time Shiloh hit the league, he's going to be 25 years old.
Oh, my God. Y'all too tough, man. And y'all be calling
Come
me
on, man. Travis Hunter just turned 21. He just turned 21.
That boy doing grown things. Shout out to
And
Travis
he wants
Hunter
to lead
Engaged,
the
man.
next year.
Shout out to Travis Hunter Engaged.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, smartest man on the team. Smartest man on the team. That's why he ain't go to Vegas. He gonna have the best year.
Yeah, man.
You got a 19-year-old in Jordan Seaton taking him to Vegas. For what?
I don't get into it. Not my big.
This big self need to be in it. Too much too soon, coach. Come on, man. Too much too soon, bro.
Too much too soon. I hear you, man. Well, I mean, like I say, here's one thing I'll say. I'm a results-based guy. I speak from my experiences. That doesn't mean they're always right. But I don't judge a lot of people in regards to how they skin a cat. But at the end of the day, that cat better be skinned. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you want to use a butter knife,
for sure.
You want to use a hacksaw, you want to use a water hose, however you want to do it, it better be skinned. Just like my mom used to tell me, boy, go out there and cut that grass. Now, you can use a lawnmower, you can use a pair of scissors, you can use a sling blade. But when I come back out here, it better be cut. I don't care how you cut it. So it's the same thing with him.
But
I don't think nobody, I don't get into the process of how he does it. I care about the results, and that's my biggest thing in a sense. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question though, Coach? I got a real question for you. Ready?
Yeah, hit me with the last one. I got to get these people through here. But go ahead.
All right. Have you ever seen a coach on his first year, after his first year? Because to my knowledge, I don't remember Dion firing anybody. I don't think anybody got fired from that coaching staff. Am I right?
Not that I can recall. Well, I mean, technically.
He demoted, but he didn't fire.
But technically, no, you did not. So people got jobs, but I do think Sean Lewis would have been fired prior to. It doesn't say if Sean Lewis didn't find a job, I think we would have fired him. But to your point, technically speaking, no one to that my understanding got fired.
Okay,
Mhm.
So have you seen this much turnover in a coaching staff as a whole after somebody's first year?
Yeah. Mario Cristobal.
Like they just
Bro, I
flipped
bring
their
up
whole coaching staff.
yes. I don't know why like people don't realize. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but there's a lot of similarities between what Colorado's done and what Miami's done. They've done the same exact things. I know people gonna be like, well, this ain't Miami, but I'm just telling you. Your question was, have you seen another program? And I'm saying yes. I've actually watched Coach Cristobal hire all the coaches first and then try to hire a coordinator. We went through the same thing that they did with Livingston. You just asked. We did the same thing with Josh Gaddis and Kevin Steele. We didn't hire Josh Gaddis till this time, his first year. We had everybody else, and we didn't hire nobody until this time, his first year. Then Shannon Dawson and Lance Guidry came, hired them a little bit faster, but everybody was hired, and then we hired them. Then guess what happened after that first year? We got rid of everybody pretty much on defense except Coach Joe. We moved up Jason Taylor and Jamil Adai. Other than that, they all gone. Offensively, Kevin Smith left. He was the running back coach. He left. Yes, I've seen this movie before, just in a different color uniform.
And how did that turn out?
Not well. We went 5-7 that first year. And this year we went 7-5 and didn't know how to take a knee. I'm just saying, bro. I've seen the movie. It's like, have you ever seen The Wizard of Oz? The movie?
Yeah.
And then have you ever seen The Wiz? Have you ever seen The Wiz?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Different, same principles, but different movie, different characters. You know what I mean?
No, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's just one had more money behind it, and the other one did.
That's it, man. But let me roll,
one
man.
had more production money. I guess that would be Miami.
No. It's not that. I'm just saying it's done a different way, but the principles are the same, right? The storyline is the same. The storyline is very similar. It's not exact, but it's very similar. But at the end of the day, it's no place like home. It's no place like home. Click your heels and there go your dog. But anyway, man, let me roll. I got to get through these callers.
All right, man. Stay up.
You too, brother.
Shake the haters off, man. That's what the Colorado Colts say. Shake the haters off.
Well, shake the haters off, then, man. Shout out to John the Liquidator. Shake the haters off. Go for it. All right, brother. See, I don't have no beef with nobody, man. Hey, shake the haters off. Hashtag shake the haters off. Let's go. All the rest of them. Bro, it's YouTube, dog. How you beefing over YouTube? Ain't got no pressure. All right, here we go. Matter of fact, bringing up Jungle Brother. He is a member. Jungle Brother, talk to me, man. What's up with you, bro?
What's going on, Coach Hayes?
I'm good, man. Let's get into it, man. You say I'm critical.
Yeah, I mean, when I first put your number in my phone, I put Coach of Reason as your title. I had to go change that.
You changed it,
Coach. You ain't the Coach of Reason no more.
Coach of Reason. Okay, I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because you was giving it to us straight. When I first found out about you on Rod the Man Media Show, then with Big Dog Chico, I'm like, okay, Coach Hayes, he's level, he's solid. But lately, it seems like Coach Hayes, you were being critical of Coach Prime as a badge of honor. And anybody who just says more good things about Coach Prime is what do you call it? A cult member. You better than that, Coach Hayes. You better than that.
So, Jungle Brother, may I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What have I said tonight or any other night that makes me a hater?
Okay, okay. Here's the definition of a hater. If you say 1,000 words and 970 of them negative, you a hater. You talked about everything. I sound like I'm underwater. Oh man.
You all right?
Bluetooth. Can you hear me, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Does I sound clear? If not, this is Bluetooth.
Yeah, you got to take the Bluetooth. Can you take the Bluetooth off? Can you turn it off?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
Okay. Yeah, for anybody that's calling me and speak, that's 100% better.
How about now?
That's 100% better.
Okay,
Hold on, real quick. Anybody that calls in, take the speakerphone off or Bluetooth off. It just makes it easier. I remember it's being processed through a computer. So go ahead. My bad, Jungle Brother. Please proceed.
Okay. Now, his definition of a hater, coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say you better than that. But tonight, I for the first 30 minutes I listened to you, you were saying everything critical about Colorado. You didn't say nothing positive. You like, Colorado didn't do this. Colorado didn't do that. Everything about Colorado was critique. Now, I'm not saying Coach Prime purpose. Far from it. But here's what you could have said about Colorado. Instead of saying they're 4-8, you got to look at out of the 12 teams they played, you can really say 10 of them had better personnel. Outside of Stanford and Arizona State,
I have said
every team have better personnel than Colorado.
Hold on, stop right there if you don't mind. If you don't mind, let's have a conversation, and I'm gonna stop you because it may be too much. But I have said that. But also, let's put it in context. You have to remember what I was addressing. I was addressing the people that when I said they were going 6-6, I gave them 2 more than they actually won, which was 4-8. I don't know how else to say that any different. You say it was negative. I was saying that I gave them 2+ wins. That's a positive. I'm saying I didn't say they went 4-8. I was saying that I actually gave them 2 more W's than they actually got on the football field. But what I was saying to these cult members was everything that I said about this program happened to come true, but yet everything I said I was hating when the Sanders, Coach Prime, Bucky, Shador have really reiterated the same exact things in which I said. And that's all I was saying. So if you take that as a negative, then I don't know how else to explain that to you. I don't know.
I say more critical. I really say you more critical. You critiquing them. You know what I'm saying?
So what did I say that's critical? I'm trying,
you know?
but you still haven't given me. What did I say that's critical, Jungle Brother? I'm waiting. See how you could tell me everything else, all these details that I said, but what did I say what did I say? I'm asking. Nobody can answer this, dog.
Everything you said was critical, Coach.
What?
Everything you said was critical.
What? That's
your
like. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You can't come in here. You can't come into a Power 5 school and expect to do this, that, and the other. You know, you just can't do. You can't do things the way you did at Jackson State. You can't do this.
I never brought up Jackson State tonight. Don't do that. Don't do that,
I'm just
Jungle
saying,
Brother.
I ain't saying you said Jackson State, but what you said was
hold up, but that right there,
a different ball game.
Hold up, Jungle Brother. That's disingenuous. If I wouldn't have stopped you right there, everybody else would have said he can't come in here and do what you did at Jackson State. That never came out my mouth tonight. So when I'm asking you to tell me what I said, like to me now, that's hate. No, you just brought in something I didn't say. To me, that's being a hater. You trying to add
tonight about Colorado was critical.
What?
You was critiquing them. Everything you said. I can't go verbatim.
Pick one.
You know, my memory,
just pick
my
one.
Memory shorter than
you said everything I said, and I'm asking you to pick one. But please be accurate. That's all I'm saying. You said everything.
Okay, the one.
And I told her, hold on. Wait.
Coach
I talked for 30 minutes, and you said everything I said, and I'm asking you just to pick one thing out of 30-minute monologue. And I'm still waiting for you. Go ahead.
You said the way Coach Prime does things. His whole stilo is wrong. He came in here and expect to have this, that, and other, have success right away. That's what you said, Coach.
I did not say that.
Coach Prime came in here and expected to be 12-0 like he was at Jackson State. That's what you said tonight, Coach.
Jungle Brother, I didn't. Don't do that, Jungle Brother. Don't do that. Please rewind this tape. I did not say
no.
Jungle
Brother. Not mention 12-0, Coach.
Yes, but that's not what I said. I said Coach Prime never said that he wanted to be 12-0. Coach Prime said all he wanted to do was win and dominate. That's what I said. See, y'all hear what you want to hear. Go rewind the tape.
Okay.
Now, one time did I say Coach Prime said he gonna come in here and be 12-0? See, that right there is, and you can take it how you choose. That is truly the cult mentality because you are twisting words, and I clearly didn't say that, Jungle Brother.
That is not cult mentality. That's me being critical of you being critical.
There's not one thing you said. Hold on, you tried to give me 2 instances, and you have not quoted me correctly yet. I'm still waiting, brother. I talked for 30 minutes. You've had 2 chances to quote me correctly, and both things you said, you've either embellished or straight up lied on what I said. I did not say that. You can rewind the tape. But anyway, I'm listening.
I disagree.
I'm still
Here's
waiting.
The fact of the matter, I won't be quick. I know you got people behind me. Coach.
I got time
So,
today.
Coach, all I'm going to say is this, Coach. All I'm going to say is this, Coach. This man, out of 12 games he played, had a chance to win 9 of them.
Okay.
Even though they finished 4-8, that man built the team up on the fly. 50% of his roster showed up in the summertime. Less than 4 months from TCU game.
Okay.
50% of the roster.
Okay.
And that man was competitive in every game except 3 of them. I say 3 of them. That right there. Some people say he's a motivator. Some people say he's not an X and O guy, whatever. But his team, if outside of a ref call or a play here and there, they could have won those games. They could have won those games. Now, the reason why they win it, that could be that's a debate. But the team was in a whole lot of games they shouldn't have been in.
Okay.
And
but listen, I love Jungle Brother.
You're being critical of the team.
No, because I was actually speaking to the Colt members. I wasn't talking about the Colorado season. I was speaking to, this is the last time I was going to address it today, and I'm going to continue being me as in Coach Hayes, and I was basically telling y'all where I made my mistake thinking I could change your thought process. And I basically was saying to you guys, I made a mistake by thinking I could teach people. Like, for example, when I asked you, and we've been on here for some time now, and you still haven't told me what I've said, and the 2 things you tried to bring up were not even close to being accurate. So before I let you go, Jungle Brother, before I let you go, Jungle Brother, I am better than that, and I listen extremely well. So before I let you go, Jungle Brother, I would like to give you one more try, because you said everything I said, and I spoke for 30 minutes nonstop, and you have not yet given me one. I'm listening. I'll wait.
If I knew I was going to call in tonight, I would have everything written down. But I wasn't going to call in until you said I need Jungle Brother to call in. So I said I'll call in. But next time I call, I'm going to have everything written down so I can hold you accountable for what you said, Coach.
That's like Rob. That's like Rob from Texas. The guy that Rob from Texas called in and say he gonna write everything down. I ain't heard from him since. I told him to take copious. I told him to take copious notes. That's. I'm just saying, Jungle Brother. I hear what you're saying. You know what I come to realize? I learned this from Monique when I watched her Club Shannon thing. It's not that y'all don't. No, I can't say shit. I can't do that. My mouth don't fix that way. I'm sorry. It's like calling another man delicious, dog. I can't do it. So Club Shay, when I watched this show with Monique, I come to realize it ain't the message, it's the messenger. And that's what I come to. That's what that interview right there made me realize, you know what, Hayes, you can't fix these people because they don't like the messenger. It ain't the message, because none of y'all can truly say that the message is Haiti. It's the messenger y'all don't like. And I'm okay with that. And so that's why I look at it, man. But Jungle Brother, I appreciate you, dog. You know, as always. Come on and get in the Discord, dog. Come on, get in the Discord, man. You a member. You can get in the locker room. We'll chop it up.
All right, man.
All right, now. All right, shout out to Jungle Brother. He was a member, so you could jump on in. All right, here we go. Let me get to the I'm gonna get ready to lock this right now. So if you're gonna call, you better call now. 5311. 5311. Call to talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Lloyd, and I'm calling from Virginia.
Hey, Lloyd, what part of Virginia, brother?
I'm in Smithfield, but I'm born and raised in Hampton, Virginia.
All right, man. I'm a Hampton pirate, man. Shout out to the
Okay. So, you know, Bubba Chuck and everybody and Monica and all them.
You know Coach Bearfield, that coached him? Do you know
which one?
His name is Robert Bearfield.
Chuck.
Yeah. He coached Allen Iverson. He coached Allen Iverson. Do you know do you know of a Coach Bearfield that's up there?
Yeah.
If you ever run into him, please tell him Coach Hayes looking for him. Let him know he actually gave me my first coaching job, the Aberdeen Raiders off of Aberdeen.
Oh, come on now. I played for Wise Thomas.
Yeah, Aberdeen Raiders, man. He gave me my first coaching job, and I saw him on a documentary about Allen Iverson. He was calling Bubba Chuck. His name was Coach Bearfield. I want to say it was Robert Bearfield.
Yeah.
But hopefully
Yeah,
he's
I know
doing
what you're
well.
talking about.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I'm sorry. Let me not go down memory lane. But talk to me, man. What's on your
Yeah,
mind
because
tonight,
we
brother?
can do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I think you're pretty objective, and I like that. But I had a couple of questions, and before I get into it, before I ask the questions, I got to find out, what's your school of thought first on a certain thing. Now, as far as what Coach Prime did in Jackson State, do you give that any merit coming into the Power Five?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that, because a lot of people don't. Okay. A lot of people don't give that any merit. They say that was the SWAC, or that was a lesser conference or whatever like that.
Okay.
So if you give that merit, my question is, the success that he had there, do you think he can't replicate that at this level? Because at that level, he didn't win everything the first year, but he used the same strategy, and the results that he got from that strategy were successful. So if you give that merit, everything's speculation. I understand that, but if you give that merit, shouldn't you be able to, think that he could possibly replicate this, where he went 12-0, went undefeated, the next two seasons?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Coach of the year, back to back. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree. So here's what I'll say.
That's my problem with some people, is that they say, oh well, he can't do this, but the track record has shown that he can do it.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. This is what I'll say to you, brother. What's your name again?
Lloyd.
All right, Lloyd. This is what I'll say to you. What he did at Colorado, I take my hat off to him. I clap him up. I totally get it. I understand. Is there a different level of football in the SWAC versus Power 5? I don't think anybody can dispute that. Can you dispute that, Lloyd? Do you think that there's a different level?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I won't dispute that.
Okay. So here's where the X factor came in for Jackson State. And I'm not knocking Coach Prime for this, but here's where the X factor came in. When you go to that level of football, and I'm a product of HBCU, MEAC, and all that good stuff. When you go to that level of football and you bring in a Shador, a Travis, and a bunch of other Division I, like I actually coached Shane Hooks that was there. So Shane Hooks, who was at Ohio Bobcats, and you had a couple of other pieces at that particular level. 4 or 5 major pieces make a big difference when you're playing Mississippi Valley. When you understand where I'm coming from? Would you agree or disagree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. Now, replicating that at the Power 5 level, you have to remember, these other programs you're playing have been loading up that type of talent for years. You are coming to a program where 4 or 5 guys are not going to make a difference in winning a bunch of games, because at this level, all of these guys are probably the top in their position. Would you agree or disagree with that? I'm talking about at Power 5 levels.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So when you bring in a Shador and a Travis and a Shiloh, nothing wrong with that. But we all know, we all been fans of Barry Sanders. And as great as he was, he been to the playoffs one time. He needs a supporting cast at that level. Right? At that level. Because their guys are so much better. And where the problem was, it was not the nucleus, the Travis, the Shador, those guys, they were never the issue. It was the supporting cast that was not big enough. So therefore, Shador couldn't shine. He got sacked 56 times. So that's what hurt them. When at the SWAC level, you may have had a guy not that good, but Shador and Travis Hunter was 10 times better maybe than who they were playing against. And I'm not trying to belittle HBCU, but that right there is the deciding factor. And that right there is what causes wins. Now, here's a question. Can Coach Prime duplicate it? Yes, but it will take a little bit more time because talent goes up, Lloyd. It's not because he can't do it. It's because you have to remember these Power 5 programs, they're getting the creme de la creme of talent. But when Coach Prime was at Jackson State, he was scraping the creme de la creme. And so that has nothing to do with his coaching ability. Hold on, has nothing to do with. Hold on, I just want to say this last piece, Lloyd. Let me just say this.
I follow your line.
Okay,
I follow your line, and I'm not going to take a lot of time.
Lloyd,
I'm not going to take a lot of time.
I got you, but
your thought process.
I know, but
okay.
Lloyd. I don't want to say this last piece, and you got it. I would say the very same thing for Nick Saban. Nick Saban.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I would say the same exact thing about Nick Saban. Nick Saban won't be ish if he don't have talent. Can he coach? Sure.
No doubt.
But talent is the X factor. And what you did is you had some talent, but you didn't have enough talent. And Nick Saban proved if he doesn't go get talent, he going to get his head knocked off his shoulders. I don't care who you are, what X and O you draw up. And that's all I want to say. So to make that compare, I'm making the same. If Nick Saban was in this boat and went to Colorado and he only had them 4 guys, I would have said the same thing until he brought in different pieces. And we literally saw that happen in Alabama. What did he do? He got his head 6 and 7 or whatever. And then by next year, he got the true freshman. And then boom, they rolled that thing. And that's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
That's true. And along those lines of the talent acquisition, the process that he's using, which he calls 40-40-20, a lot of people don't like. See what I'm saying? So a lot of people got callers calling in, and I'm pretty sure you being old school, you know, you're probably big on the high school, the high school recruiting as well. But my thing is, he understands that, he needs to get these experienced players in, and so he's going heavy on these experienced players to meet that deficiency. See, but a lot of people don't see what he's trying to do because as a coach, you know this man don't have years and years to build this program the way they used to do it. He don't have that many years to do that.
I agree.
So what he's doing now is he's trying to meet that need where I agree with you. If he don't have the talent, he's not going to win. So what he did when he came in, he did that massive overhaul. He didn't get all the pieces that time. He didn't get all the pieces the first year at Jackson State either. But the next year he built on that, and that's what he's doing this year. He's building on the talent acquisition part, building the depth and stuff like that. I understand they may not be the creme de la creme, you know what I mean? But he's building on it. So, my problem is when people are saying, well, he's not getting any high school players, and in the same breath saying, well, he ain't got enough talent. He's addressing that a different way.
Okay.
It's the way of football this day and age.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
I say this. You just said it. I don't care how you skin the cat, right? As long as he's skinned, meaning the record. I personally still think there is value in high school guys. And I think Coach Prime does. Hold on. And I still think Coach Prime has more than 3 years at Colorado. I don't care what nobody says. Because let's call this exactly. I know he does. You know why? What I mean is he has more than 3 years in the sense of if he wants to stay. Because they've been so bad, and let's call it what it is. Money makes money, right? He's bringing in the cash. Now, does he need to win more than 4 games? Yes, most definitely, to keep the interest alive. But I don't think they will fire him because guess what? He has literally done exactly what the previous coach has done on his first year, won 4 games, which is good. Colorado ain't been winning 10, 11 games each year, and he come in and win 4. He's already matched their best. See, people go with that 1-11, like they've been in 1-11 forever. They have not. They went 1-11 the year before, but if you go look at their history, they've been around a 4-win team, maybe a 5-win team. That's it. So he's right on par for what's been going on. So I think Coach Prime would be fine. He has time. But I understand the need to win today, and I understand that. That's why I don't
Yeah.
knock his. I personally don't knock his process. But I personally would invest more in some of these high-profile players. High school
Yeah.
players. That's just my approach. But like I said,
Yeah.
long as the cat gets skint, Lloyd, and you could throw him in the pan, I don't care how you do it. You could sharpen the rock or go get a Ginsu knife, but put him in the grease. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking my call,
Thank
Coach.
you, Lord.
I could chop it up with you all day, but I'm
All
gonna
day.
let somebody else come in there.
Appreciate it, man. Don't be a stranger, Lloyd. Thank you, brother.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
I'm gonna go ahead
The
and lock this because
conference
I
has
won't
been
ever get out of
locked.
here. We're already at 2.5 hours. I appreciate y'all. Let me get down the road. We got Dub City in the building, and so I locked it. If you didn't call in, I hate for it, but we definitely chop it up. Dub City, what's up with you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Man, nothing, man. Just having fun with the folks, man. What's up with you?
Oh yeah. Hey, you give me about 2 more weeks. I'm gonna have a project done for you.
I appreciate it, man.
So
You got.
Yeah. It's gonna be looking lovely, baby.
Hey, Dub.
But hey,
Dub, hold up, Dub, real quick.
Go ahead.
I don't care how you skin the cat. Just make sure he's skinned in 2 weeks. You understand me? That's all I'm saying. I'm just messing with you, dog. I'm just messing with you.
Check this out. I know. Hey, I'm about to just follow me on this story.
All right, go ahead. Got 2 minutes though.
I want the Colorado fans to know something. Okay, right? So I got a homeboy. He live in California. You know, he a white dude, right? So he used to go to work. He worked around a whole lot of Mexicans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, this Mexican guy brought everybody some food at work. They started eating it or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, it's so good," right? So they asked him, "What is it?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy said, "Yeah, I hit this dog on the way home, so we skinned him and cooked him." Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to tell these Colorado people is, I asked him one question. I said, "Did the dog holler or did the dog bark when you hit him?" He said, "I don't know." So when you hear people saying, "We got these dogs," is these dogs gonna bark or they gonna holler when they get hit? That's a question. That's a question for the Colorado fans.
Oh God, I didn't know where that was going, dog. Okay, I got you now. I get where you.
Yeah.
I didn't know where that was going.
Follow me. That's why I said. Yeah, that's why I said follow me.
Mm-hmm.
So the moral of the story is, don't sit here and listen to everybody say, "Hey, we got these dogs," because you don't know if them dogs gonna holler or bark once they get hit. Just bottom line. But anyway, Coach, I got something I gotta ask you, and I want you to be completely 100% honest with everybody.
Go for it, man. Don't ask me about no doggone that foolishness.
I'm not. It's about football. It's about football because
my mama watched this show. Go ahead.
You said what now?
I said my mama watched this show.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be legit football.
I'm just asking. Go ahead, man.
So I try to tell people all the time, right? You remember, and I'm gonna say this real quick. 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s was the last time they really made kids, because of the simple fact these new generations and stuff, they soft.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Go ahead. Where you going with it? Come on.
Yeah. So here we go. Now we got problems of people sitting there and they like, "Hey, if I don't get playing time here, I'm going over here." Right?
Okay.
You from the good old days. You remember when somebody told you were soft, what you gonna do? You gonna go to the weight room and get hard.
Okay.
These kids these days, you tell them they soft, they go and tell they go and tell all the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Go and tell everybody, tell them mom, post it on Instagram and all this and that stuff. We don't have the same kids that we had 10 years ago. Meaning a whole lot of these kids is real soft. So they not gonna sit here. I don't care who bring in who, whatever, transport porter, whatever, high school kids or whatever. They not gonna sit here and tough it out. As soon as they get hit like that one dog, a lot of them gonna holler. So you got people sitting here saying, "Hey, yeah, we bringing in all these people, and they still calling them dogs."
Right.
A lot of these dogs that they bringing in, anybody that got a step, like, for instance or whatever, just to show them I'm not hating on nothing. I didn't like when Cam Ward came to Miami. I didn't. If you are already established somewhere, why are you leaving? Nobody gonna take your job. You don't leave if you got a job.
I got you. Only reason I'll say, so here's what I say, Doug, because I got to run. The only reason I'll say Cam Ward left, because now he would have been in the Mountain West. There's only 2 people in the conference. So I hate to be that guy, but I'm that guy tonight. I'm being that guy. But I get where you're coming from. But I got to run, dog, because I got too many people. I got more people back here, and I locked it.
Go ahead.
But, dog, thank you for your efforts, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I can't wait. Man. Skin the cat.
No problem.
Skin the cat, Dub. Don't be playing with it. All right. All right. 9641 coming to you. We running low on gas. 9641. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Pete from the Bronx, man. What's up, Coach Hayes?
What's up, man? Pete from the Bronx. All right, Pete from the Bronx. Talk to me.
Yeah, Pete from the Bronx. Yeah. So I don't think the Colorado got a good receiver core, to be honest with you. I don't think they got a number 1 receiver. A lot of people got it messed up. They lost Weaver. Weaver put up 900 yards.
Wow.
Now they want to put Shepard in his place. Shepard only had 600. But you notice this, against Georgia, against the bad teams, he put up 100 a game. In his last 5 games, Georgia, he had 20 yards. Ole Miss, 17. Auburn, 40. South Carolina, 1 catch for 6 yards. And Tennessee, he had 44 yards on 2 catches. So when he starts going against the bigger teams, he disappears. So I think they got a bunch of number 2 wide receivers. They don't really have a true number 1 guy. Even though Hunter is good, he's playing both sides of the ball. And when you're at altitude and you're playing in the oxygen, you don't want to play both sides of the ball because you start getting tired, especially at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the wide receivers are overrated, and they said he can't even run choice routes. Shedeur said that that they couldn't even run the choice route. So I think that's a question of continuity, and it's a question of coaching and chemistry, because you're going to take all these guys, put them together. They might have had some nice stats at their old school, but when you bring them and you got 3 months to put it together, he's not going to have time to do that. He's not going to have time to put all those guys together and bring it together. I think the wide receiver is going to have problems.
I don't know. I think somebody will emerge. I have to say this. I think somebody will emerge. I think offensively they'll be fine. I'm just saying that. I think offensively they will be fine, but they do have to run the ball. You can't play with running the ball. Let's go look at this. Everybody talk about Lamar Jackson. In that game, they ran the ball a total of 16 times. Lamar Jackson had 8 of those, which were, I don't know if they were planned or scrambled, but let's just say 4 and 4. The starting running back, listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. The starting running back had 2 carries. I wonder how much he got paid for that game to carry the ball twice. Hold on. The receiver, hold on. Zay Flowers.
I don't think they're going to run the ball.
I know, hear me out. Hear me out. Zay Flowers, who is a wide receiver, had just as many carries as the starting running back for the Ravens. Therein lies the problem. What I'm saying is, you don't have to run the ball to win the game, but you have to run the ball to win the game. I hope that makes sense. You have to establish. You cannot live off of 5, 6, 7 carries a game total. I'm not talking about each running back. You cannot live.
Yeah.
As much as this is a passing league, no team. Damn, forget Colorado. We just talked about the Baltimore Ravens. Even in the NFL, the most elite game you can play, You cannot win ball games off of that. Go look at Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
You got to run the ball. Let's go look at Christian McCaffrey from San Francisco 49ers. The dude had the ball 30 times, 20 carries or 22 carries and 8 receptions. Let's not get it twisted. You still got to carry the rock in this game. You can't just throw it around the yard because it's sexy and sound good. But anyway, last point player, and I gotta push on P. Pushing P.
Oh yeah, I mean,
push
I
on
think
P. Pushing P. Get it?
They saying one more thing I want to say about McCaskill. They treating him like he's the 2001 McCaskill. He hasn't shown anything last year, and he had 50 yards. I don't think he's going to bounce back from the ACL surgery. So I think they're going to be struggling running the ball. I think that's the way Deion wanted. He got a lot of pass blockers. They specialize in pass blocking. A lot of tall guys got they're good. They got good numbers against the pass, but against the run, they very low. So I think they're going to struggle because they're going to be one-dimensional.
Correct. Well, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to find out, man. It'll be interesting to find. I mean, like I said, because you got a new. I appreciate you, man. You got a new coordinator. We're going to see. Sound like you making popcorn over there, man.
Coffee.
Okay. You drinking coffee at 11:15 at night, man. I feel you, man. But save me a cup. I'm on my way, brother.
Thanks, Coach.
Anytime, man. Appreciate it. All right. So, Jungle Brother, when you say I'm hating, see how I turn that around and say, well, no, I don't see it that way. Give me my love, Jungle Brother. Where you at? See, y'all quick to try to call me out and lie. Jungle Brother, be like, dang, Coach, you know what? You didn't really agree with a lot of that stuff. I appreciate it. You gave it a positive spin. Huh? Lucky my mama watched this show. All right. Mike Lowry, I'm going to keep you for the end. You the headliner. Lexus.
Coach Hayes.
I got you over here crying.
No, I'm over here crying, laughing. There's a couple of things. First of all, the person that said that when Texas beat Alabama, they want to fire Alabama. You need to stop don't send that person no more of your KG, okay? Because he can't handle it.
That's a fact, though, Lexus. I ain't saying everybody, but there were fans talking about firing Nick Saban. He's over the hill. He's lost it.
Fans is not a fact, Coach.
But that's what he's talking. No, but that's what we were talking about. I'm just saying that people say that, and so that's what
people gonna say that every time somebody lose a game. Period. I know you hear it in Miami as much as they lose.
Where your clock at? Let me start your clock.
Come on, Coach. That was a good one. Come on now. You know you got to say that. I'm serious. Fans get an attitude about that. They say they want to fire somebody just because it's raining. We talk about facts. Ain't nobody want to fire the best college football coach to ever breathe and replace him with who? That's the problem they got right now. They ain't trying to fire that man. Never. I don't care what happened. But you made a comment. I'm going to digress from that and say this. You made a comment. You said that the critique that you have been giving Colorado, you have come to the conclusion it's not the message that the people don't like. It's the messenger.
That's right.
Well, I disagree. I like the messenger. I think you kind of cute, Coach Hayes. I'm winking at you. Do you see me?
I'm winking back with my good eye.
That's not true, though. Seriously, Coach Hayes. We do like the messenger. We come on here all the time. We come to all your shows, no matter how many times you're going to lie. We come listen to you, little whopper head self. And we listen to you, and we watch you, and we support you, and we hang on here, and they go to your little night live. They ain't doing all that. They go to your little new little thing you got going on. That's not true. We do like the messenger. Now,
I'm talking about cult. I'm talking about cult members. I'm talking about. You're not a cult member. I'm talking about cult members. That message is not for everybody. It's for cult members. Yes, man.
Cult members like you too. You know why?
I like them.
Why I know that? Because they here. They keep coming back. They can't get it back for you, Coach.
This right here. They like that mess. They like that mess. Yeah.
I'm rubbing on your legs while I say that over the internet.
All right, now, Alexis, don't tease me with a good time. My mama watching the show now.
I done told you, if you gonna say that phrase, you need to say it right. Don't threaten me, not tease. Just don't threaten me when it gets time.
You call it what you want. I'm just telling you. When that clock strike 12, it's gonna be over. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta ask you a question because I need you to lighten up. Seriously, let me ask you a question. You know, there's been, I'm sure you know, on the YouTube streets, because you're a YouTube man, even though I know you don't follow a lot of this stuff. I don't follow it either, but it was just coming left and right, so I couldn't help but it just fall in my lap.
Okay.
The halftime show. We know Usher just laid it, and I mean the whole world is at the A because of Usher. Okay. However, there was this huge critique out there that I'm sure you've heard about. And a couple of your YouTube colleagues, I guess I can call them, have decided to do videos about it, and everybody raising hell and all of this.
Ain't nobody talking about no Usher.
Yes, what they were saying was that Usher got carried away at the segment with him and Alicia is a married woman. So, did you even pay any attention to that? Did you even care? I'm just curious about your thoughts on it. Because
Alexis, I ain't care about that. Them people entertainers. They rub and touch each other all day. Well, ain't no different than Alicia Keys doing a kissing scene in a movie. Swiss Beats ain't tripping as long as that check right. And that cash there every night. That's all I got to say about it, Alexis.
I'm high-fiving you while I'm high-fiving you with one hand and rubbing your leg with the other one, baby.
Right, watch yourself now. I'm telling you, watch yourself now. I ain't no camper, but I know how to pitch a tent. Oh, let me get up out of here. Lex, you about to make look, my mama watching this show. I can't be talking like that.
Hi, Mom. Hey. Listen, I just want to call and say something completely off topic so that you can calm down. Because I don't want you to think all of Colorado fans, you know, ain't no coke no way, but y'all want you to think all of
No, I don't. Actually, let's just be very honest. I don't. I really don't. A lot of, like you say, this is all entertainment value. You have to be very honest. But I did have to learn that, though. I was being very honest when I said I had to learn that you can't change. I really thought that, you know, if you present the information, people will consume it and be like, oh, I get what he's saying. And I had to learn that. I literally, these last two episodes of Shannon Sharp, like I'm saying, I'm listening to these interviews and I'm listening to these big stars that went through what they went through. I'm telling you, and I learned from it. And that's why I said this is my last time truly addressing it. And I just had fun with it. But Lex, I got to run. I got one more call on here.
Okay, honey. That's all I have to say. You have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you, Lexi. You a fan. You a fan. Bye. I bet Lexus make a pound cake like a mug. Oh, moist in the middle. Anyway. Oh, God. Mike Lowry. What's up, Mike?
You need to stop. You need to stop it.
What you talking about, Mike? You got some brown sugar? Lexus needs some brown sugar for the pound cake.
You already rubbing your leg in the middle of the conversation. You talking about moist cake, man. What time it is?
Hey, Mike. Coach getting that computer love.
You get more than computer love. Hey, Coach.
Yep, my bad.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I was computer love.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. You were locked in.
Yeah, I was on one. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, give me your synopsis of everything from the night. Give me your general statement. Give me a synopsis of what you think the show been about, and tell me what you think about this hire, and then tell me how you feel about the team being a duct tape team to being an 88 overall average rated team right now for players coming in the portal.
Hold on. Did you just call him a duct tape team? I ain't never heard that one before. God dang. All right, that was funny. A duct tape. Okay, hold on. Start back again. You said give you an overall. So basically on this show,
right.
Shout out to everybody. Somebody just put in Valentine's Day. Shout out to everybody. Coach Hayes will not be on tomorrow. I'm headed to the A and let it burn. I'll give y'all my confessions when I get back. But right now, peace out. Hey,
You're gonna be looking for Bambi. You be looking for Bambi. That's
peace
what it
up.
is.
A-Town down. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, let me go back to my thing. I'm sorry, I was out of control. But here's what I was going to say. Overall, the show, like I said what I said at the beginning. Also, that gives people time to get in. Second is, I think that I don't know if anybody else has looked at Jim Livingston in that light and kind of dug deep and kind of gave you some whys. Like I said, I believe that it's a good hire. I can't say it's a great hire because I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have anything to go off on. I think good is a fair assessment, right? I think that he's a very smart individual because for him to weather the storm through 4 defensive coordinators and 2 head coaches and not be released, because that's just the name of the job. If you ain't been coaching and you ain't been fired, you ain't been coaching long. And this dude has not been fired in 10 years, basically. And he's moved up, he's moved up the ladder relatively quickly. So I believe he's a very bright individual when it comes to football. He can see the game. He understands. He grasps concept quickly. He probably can teach it extremely well. The learning curve that I gave him was in-game calling. I'm not saying he can't do it, but we don't know if he can do it because he has not done it. So how does it look when a team comes out in formations you've never done? How do you adjust? Can you do that on the fly? So you could be very bright, but not very quick. Does that make sense? You could be a very smart person, but you're not quick on the trigger. You can be very, yeah, but I'm saying some people can be very quick on the trigger, but not very bright. Or you can be both.
Right.
Or none at all. So I'm saying these are the things we don't know. So that's why I said there's a learning curve there. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is okay. Why if we going into the Big 12 because I'm a BWB bandwagon buff?
Okay.
Why we're not talking about a bare front, a 5-man front? Why everybody want to stay in the 4-man front? I don't understand why we bringing these schematics in, these systematic schemes, and when nobody is playing situational football. Why would you stay in a 4-man front and we finna go against at least 8 running backs with 1,000 yards rushing in the Big 12 last year?
Well, to your point, and hear me. I hear you. I don't, like I said, I don't get into what you should and shouldn't do. You guys are when I say you guys, I'm talking about the coaches. They're the expert. Coach Prime is not an idiot. He know what he wants. He's a defensive dude, right? This guy right here, you hired him because to be your defensive coordinator. You got guys there, like Sal Sinceri, plenty of experience. You got linebacker coaches. You got a lot of experience. Their job is to devise a plan to stop it. Now, does everything work on everything? No. My thing is this: sometimes you can't do certain things because you don't have the personnel. But one thing I do not do, I'll be very honest, I try not to criticize coaching and philosophy. Now, I criticize you don't take a dang knee. You're supposed to take a knee. But I try not to get it because I know what it is to call those things every 25 seconds. I know what it is to look at the plays. See, a lot of time we Monday morning quarterback, and you notice we always react when the play is over. Man, why they call that play? They should have called this. Well, analytics and lineup says I should have called this. We just didn't execute it well. But as fans, we're always going to say, man, they call that stupid play. Well, if that same play works based on analytics, guess what? Man, that's a brilliant call. So out of that part, that's why I try not to get into it. They're the paid experts. They're the paid professionals. I don't think they're going out there to fail on purpose, because the more they fail, the less they achieve. The more you win, the more you achieve. The more you're a hot commodity. The more somebody else wants you, the more you can get a higher salary. So I don't think anybody goes out there to lose. So that's why, personally, I don't come up with that. But go ahead, what's your next one?
No, but what I was saying, the reason why I bring it up, because if you watch Spagnola's defense on Sunday, he was in a 5-man front because he had to stop their running attack. And he was blitzing from the weak side.
Okay.
Sometimes 6-man front. Like, you don't see these advanced coaches. When you say a guy is smart, you want to basically see. That's why I was so high on Ken Norton, because Ken Norton know how to attack certain gaps, and he coming with the weak side defense of blitzing on the weak side. He even might throw a cat blitz in there. Like, these are the type of things I'm looking for when I'm watching schemes and different coaches being praised about how much of a defensive guru they are or offensive guru they are. Like, these are things what allow me to know that when you're supporting a team, they're going to go far into the season instead of the season being short.
So, Mike, here's what I'm going to say again. When you run a 50 like that in today's football, what do you have to run behind it?
Some tackling linebackers.
Nah, I'm talking about coverage. Remember, I told you what stops the run.
Yeah. You run. I would run. I'm going cover zero.
So in today's football, you talking about you're gonna be out there playing zero safety help. Everybody straight raw, man on man, like we playing in the street. In today's football, as good as these wide receivers are, Mike, it take one
I'm putting
slip.
pressure on it, and I'm trying to make my quarterback be the best quarterback, the best accurate quarterback. Put that ball in the places that you gonna have to beat my man coverage, or your man gonna beat me man on man.
And I'll just tell you this: I hate to say this to you, Mike. I love you. I know you coach, but at that particular level, you talking about running a 50 front and go zero defense. We talking about middle of the field here, right? 20 to 20. Is that what you talking about?
Yeah. Yes.
Mike, you may not last too long.
I want my middle linebacker to be a running back on the other side of the field, like Ray Lewis, so he can cover sideline to sideline. And we ever get in a situation where I'm going against a quarterback that's a dual threat, I need somebody that's going to be able to shut down the dual threat. When I played college football in California, we went against a lot of RPOs, and our main defense was a 50.
Yeah, but you also had two backs in the backfield and a tight end. You was running pro set. Y'all was in 21 personnel. So you can't
we went against spread. We went against spread, coach.
Okay, so what'd y'all run behind it? Then?
We ran cover one and cover zero.
That's all you can run. If you're going to run a 50, right?
I know that, coach. So that means that the quarterback got to be very accurate, and he has to be able to get out of the pocket when we putting that pressure on him. We want to get this quarterback off his pivot, coach. We want to put pressure on him, coach. That's all I'm saying, coach. And we want to start the run, coach. We want to trust our cornerbacks that they're going to have a no-fly zone, that we're going to be man on man. We could take a couple times getting beat, but at the end of the game going to be close and tight, coach.
All right.
You're going to have to out-scheme me. You're going to have to out-scheme me to beat me, coach.
Okay. You say you bring in
that
five. You say you bring in five.
That vanilla offense. I'm sending 5 all the time, coach, and I might drop back every now and then.
But I'm saying you sending 5. Hear me out. Hold on. You said you sending 5. We're talking about simple math.
Correct.
You sending 5.
Correct.
I got 5 old linemen and a running back, right? We just talking about 10 personnel. I got 5 old linemen. I got 5 old linemen and a running back. That leaves 6 in the box. So I'm already +1 on you. And you're gonna play zero coverage behind.
But you know what a weak gap at is with the center. The center main job is to focus on hiking the ball. So if you attack that weak side A gap or that strong side A gap, you eventually gonna have somebody come free, coach. That's why I told you about Spagnola defense.
Mike, I just told you I'm +1. It's 6 on 5. So I got a double team at the point of attack.
The only person gonna kill me is the quarterback, coach. And how many dual threat quarterbacks out there that's really like that?
I don't need no dual threat. You say you playing zero. You gonna tell me at this level these receivers just not gonna get it? Like y'all just locked down the Legion of Boom back there?
Man, when you
I'm just saying, you think
Florida,
I'm asking you? No, but I ain't asking about Florida. We talking about Colorado right now. Can Colorado?
Well, that's mostly at the skill position. Florida athletes or Georgia athletes.
Okay. Do you believe? And I'm asking this question.
I don't believe Colorado can do that.
So then why are you asking them to run a 50? So why would you hold on? So stop right there, Mike. I love you to death, brother. We ain't talking scheme. We're talking Colorado, and you said I don't see why they're not running a bear and a 50. And We know behind those fronts, you running 1 or 0. And would you agree or disagree
No.
with that?
The only reason why I said
No, hold on, Mike.
because of the
I know, but would you agree or disagree? See, I want to make sure people understand. Because again, I believe in if you tell people we should run a 50 or a 5-man front,
Right.
some people don't understand 5-man or a bare front, right? You know, you got your 3 guys,
Right.
3 techniques, and walk 2 guys up that make 5. I get it. What
Correct.
coverage you running behind it? You said 0 or 1. Am I correct?
Yes, that's what I said, Coach.
But in the same in the same sentence, you just said Colorado don't have the people to do it. But you want them to run a 50, but you're saying they don't have the back end coverage skills to do it. So how can you live in both realms?
Well, Coach, what I was saying is I would run a 5-man front and I can run a 2-shell high safety with that. You know that, right? And I can bring my safety down in the box as an inverted safety, and I can drop him back out at 2-shell. You know that, right?
Mike.
I'm telling you, I done ran the defense, Coach. It works.
If I run 4 wide on you, who gonna cover the slots? You just said 2 high. Hold on, let's talk football.
I'm gonna pop my damn safety down in the box, and I'm gonna pop one of them outside linebackers. He's gonna be a hybrid, which is a nickelback. I'm gonna pop him out, and I'm gonna still keep the 5 because I want pressure.
You only got one.
Every gap contained.
You only got 1 safety left. I mean, 1 linebacker left in the box.
And he's a spy. He got to be able to be like Ray Lewis.
Hey, Mike, I want you to get your team. I'm gonna get my team. Let's get it. Mike, come on, Mike.
I just told you we just beat West Orlando 6-0 with the same type of defense.
Hold up, Mike.
I bet. I listen. I got beat. Trust me. The quarterback got out the pocket, throw the pass 60 yards deep. But when we stood up on that goal line, we came out with the victory, Coach. 6-0. Yeah, it might be peewee football. It's 8th graders and 9th graders, but guess what? They in high school. They finna play varsity football.
Well, I wish I could write this on the board. Don't worry about it. By the next show, I'm gonna be able to write on this screen. I already got my pen. I gotta learn how to set it up.
I know.
Look, I got my pen because I could have just drew this up on the screen right here in front of us. I messed that up tonight, y'all, and I apologize. But guess one thing about Coach, I may mess up once, but I'll be prepared for the second time. You tell him you're gonna run 5. Hold on. Let's count math. You're gonna count 5 D linemen, 2 corners, that's 7, 2 safeties, that's 8, 9, right? And you got 2 linebackers, that's 10, 11.
Correct.
And I told you I'm going 4 wide, and I ain't throwing up the Texas sign right now. Who gonna cover the slot guys right here if you only got 2 linebackers and you got 2 high? Who covers the 2 linebackers?
One of my linebackers gonna be a hybrid. He's gonna be
no problem.
A nickel corner, or he's gonna be like a slash.
He gonna walk out the box. Outside. Mike, he gonna walk out the box. Fine, no problem. Now you got 1 linebacker in the box.
I got 1 middle linebacker in the box.
Okay.
Right.
And you got 1 middle linebacker, and you say your other safety roll down to this slot.
I'm gonna roll my other safety down in an invert.
Okay, fine, no problem. I get it.
Okay.
And
so now I'm locked all the way over the board. The only way you're gonna beat me, Coach, is you got a running back. That's a hell of a running back. And you got a quarterback that's a dual threat quarterback. But I'm banking on my middle linebacker to be the best player on the field. That's why I told you I'm switching. I want a running back on the defensive side as the middle linebacker so he can run sideline to sideline and make open field tackles.
No, here. Okay,
I
listen.
just
Mike, we could talk about this, and I know we talking. I know, but we talk. Man, we were running power. O on you so stank. But anyway, listen, we could talk about this. I know we talking.
I'm gonna overload. I'm gonna shift my line. Every strong side we shifting. What are you talking about?
You only got 5. Listen, I know we talking in the air right now, Mike. Me and you gonna get on the board and we're gonna make it happen, baby. Trust me. Because right now a lot of people hear us talking, and I know we're talking air football. I'm not writing anything down, and some people are getting lost in the sauce and we're losing viewers. But I love you. I got to run though, dog. Appreciate you, man. Matter of fact, Ray up here killing me. You know, I'm soft. Ray, you got 10 seconds to call in, Ray.
Okay, cool.
10 seconds, Ray. Mike, appreciate you, dog, as always, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, Coach.
All right. That's Mike Lowry in the building. Ray, you got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. LV, where she at? LV, where she at? But anyway, I'll just say this for Ray. Come on here and give me an earful. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, we have fun with this. It is entertainment. I enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy talking football. I enjoy these conversations, believe it or not. I enjoy having these conversations. Like me and Mike right there, I enjoy those conversations because now we're starting to talk ball. And the funny thing is, look, I'm going to show y'all because I love y'all so much. I got the pad to write on and everything. I was getting it ready. I just don't have it set up yet. I got to learn. Again, I got to learn. I got to learn the curve. I got to learn how to use the pen and all that so I can write on the screen and talk ball. I had it at one time, but it don't work with this live. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. I totally enjoy having these conversations. I really do. Whether it's Colorado, Miami, whatever, man. So I really do have fun with it. And I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I got Ray in the building. She going to chew my ear off. Because I think she mad.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, don't make Lexus mad now, Ray. But go ahead. I'm just.
Yeah, I heard she was flirty tonight. Hey, look, I got a question for you, Colorado related. Just a 30-second question.
Hold on, you said hold on. You said Colorado related?
Yes.
Oh, Ray, I thought you were finna ask about
The conference
Colorado.
has been locked.
Can I say something this, Ray, before I answer this question? Because I love y'all so. And first of all, we be in the Discord. They be calling me beta because I always fall to y'all all the time. But why do the ladies never want to follow the rules? The ladies always want to do what they want.
Well, I asked the question in chat and you ignored me.
It's moving too fast, Ray. I got 4 monitors up here. I'm trying to look at this, see who calling next. I got this over here. I got a lot going on, Ray. But anyway, regardless.
But when the R to the A to the E comment, you should see it.
So, Ray, I appreciate it, but y'all don't ever listen. Y'all don't care. Coach be getting called beta in there. I be having to slap some dudes around, but
I tried to find the Discord and I couldn't find it.
Because it's in the description. I'll just say this. Like Lexus call in on Miami Hurricane nights and want to talk about Colorado. Then this Colorado night, she want to talk about Miami Hurricane. Y'all just be one. I think y'all just be wanting to wield y'all power and do what y'all
leave Lexus alone. That's my girl. I like Lexus. But I don't know about her and this Usher thing, but okay.
They said that boy got bumps. But anyway, let me so go ahead and finish.
Okay.
I bet Usher was a splash higher. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I heard he got that nasty man disease, so I don't know. Is there a delay?
No, I heard you. I just wanted to be quiet because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. That's why I just tried to be quiet. You say you got a nasty man disease. I didn't know what to say. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. But anyway, back to my question that I tried to ask in chat before you started anything. What are your thoughts on this Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps?
I think it's foolishness.
And Shannon being called gay and all this stuff here. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's foolishness, Ray. I don't think it's worth.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's worth talking about. We're the only community that we want to pull up on each other, create controversy. These two dudes that done made it. And instead of, I'm going to pull up on you know what? Instead, and I get it. I've done that too. I've done that to people. I got a dude hanging out. He been on here. Oh, Lord, Sheila from Colorado just called in too. I'm in trouble, Sheila. Let me unlock you, Sheila. Go ahead. I'm soft when it comes to the unlocked. Sheila, call right back in. But I got to do like here old school. I lost my character. I'm being honest. That one time, remember early in January, and we was going for about another 40 minutes, and it was getting a little, for real, man. I had one of my family members call me and say, you know what, Hayes? 1, you were wrong because you were out of order. 2, don't let nobody destroy your platform. You built that platform, and don't let somebody that doesn't care come in and destroy what you built since 2020, April 4th. And that's why you haven't heard from him since, because That's why you got to protect your investment. For him, it's a game. Once this is destroyed, he'll move on to something else, into something else, and that's why I don't mind simple banter. That's part of entertaining. But when you become destructive and you become a wedge buster, you come in here and drive wedges and talk trash between different creators, and now you're trying to destroy. You're not trying to have fun. And so with that being said, like I say, every time you have interactions, first thing he does is bring up another content creator. And I hope to God, any content creator out there, I'm being as honest and as genuine as I can. I ain't got no beef, dog. It's YouTube. And if y'all feel that way, if you in your feelings, then I understand. Then you can stay there. But at any time y'all want to do something, we could do something. I just ain't going to allow anybody to tear my stuff up. That's it. Just same way I would hope that you wouldn't expect anybody to come tear your stuff up. And that's why, dog, the dude been on hold since the show started. You watch this.
Hey. I don't care.
I know.
don't care to hear him.
No, but I just want to prove to you that I don't be lying. Like people be like, "Coach, you just saying that to talk." But the dude,
I believe you. You've proven that several times.
Right. So anyway, Sheila, I appreciate you here. But Ray,
conference has been
go ahead, say your last piece. I'm gonna let Sheila in. I got to get out of here.
You talking to me?
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, that was it. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. I was just hoping Shannon didn't entertain it because I felt like Mike was just doing a publicity thing to get attention. And unfortunately, Shannon took the bait.
Well, here's what I'll say.
And I just wanted to know your thoughts on it. That's all.
Well, here's what I'll just say. When he said Cat Williams, I wish Cat Williams would have said something about me. I thought it was a genuine thing because he was basically saying, like, I'll take the publicity whether it's good or bad. You understand? I didn't look at that like he tried.
Yeah, I do believe him for that. But,
but
I didn't like
comedy.
the stuff that he said on stage about Shannon. And I just wish Shannon hadn't addressed it, just ignored it.
But guess what? People said that same thing we can't pick and choose our battles. One, he's a comedian. I get it. And I understand maybe the gay thing went too far. But you remember when Shannon Sharp had all that makeup on? Everybody was calling him Madea. Remember when his first time?
That makeup was horrible.
But what did people call him? But what did people call him? Madea.
They did.
So why is it now a problem with Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps? And he basically said the same thing everybody else saying. Like, to me, that's where I think is to me.
No, Mike took it a little farther. He called him gay, said he was gay, and that Shannon tried to get him on his show, and that he wasn't going on the show for him to look at his private parts. So he was
part I can
foul and
understand.
way
No,
out
listen,
of bounds.
but that part I can understand.
No, that's not a joke.
Listen, but that part I can understand if people want to get touched about it. But guess what? Everybody done said these jokes. Everybody like that. But here's the deal. Everybody done said that stuff, right? You come out here, like you say. Let me ask you a question, Ray. You ain't ever thought Shannon Sharp was gay? Just ask a quick question.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, enough said then. Because like you say.
You have?
No, I didn't say that.
I don't get that vibe from him.
I will say metrosexual. I will say that. And if people don't know what that is, go Google it. I'm not going to go through all that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Ray, come on. You got to know what that means. Come on, Ray.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Exactly. And it is what it is based on the clothing, the style, all of the different things, right? It is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's his personality. But of course, people are comics and whatever. But anyway, Ray, I got to go. Let me get Sheila in here. She's going to bust my head too. And matter of fact,
okay.
I'm coming to Atlanta. Me, you, and Lexus. We're going to rumble. Let's get it. I got to go.
Well, I'm not in Atlanta anymore, but okay.
I got plane ticket money. All right, I'm out. All right, Ray. Y'all be good.
Okay.
Have
a good one.
You too. Be good, Ray. All right. Hope you about to get in trouble. Sheila, how you doing, Sheila?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I appreciate you calling in.
I know I was sitting here, I almost didn't, but because I was busy and I was only catching the last part of it. Mm-hmm. But then I thought, I can find something to talk about, Coach, because if you're talking Colorado, I can talk about something.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, but I don't know what the real topic was or anything. I see it's the new DC,
That's right.
and I'm just trying to get a little guy a chance because those are the coaches. Because there's a lot of coaches in the NFL that are head coaches that are younger than him,
Yeah.
or right at the same age, and he's been in the NFL. He's young. Hopefully he can relate to these young men because he's been coaching them almost 12 years, 10 years he's been coaching. So we'll see what happens. I'm always the optimist, man.
No, I totally understand that. Like I said, I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I can't say it's a great hire. I have nothing to rebase that off of. And I'm not saying it's a bad hire.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's a good hire.
The thing that kills me with people, and I think the thing that is the controversy with Coach Prime too, is that people think, you can't go from, like, what is he, safeties coach or something like that, DB coach, to a defensive coordinator. But you got to know, in that coach as an assistant coach, you got to know all the plays and everything that's going on the defense anyway. It ain't like you just focus on the safety. You got to know what the line going to do. You got to know what the play call is. You got to know what your folks got to do. So I think that he can be, a pretty good coach. We'll see.
Well, like I said,
We'll see.
coaching, I don't think that's an issue. Again, I don't know this gentleman. I have never heard of him until that night, which is fine. It's a lot of coaches in the NFL we never heard of. However, like I said, the only learning curve I would give him is in-game situation.
Yeah.
The heat of the true battle, because we don't know. I think he can coach, he can delegate, he can inform, he can teach. I don't think that's an issue. But my only question is, was it like in game battle when we're not simulating anymore? These are real bullets out here flying, and you gotta make sure the troops know what to do. That's all. That's my only question.
You know what though? I think he has like resources that will help him with that. Like, for instance, like Mike Zimmer. He was hired when he was the coach over there, the DC, I guess. But
man, Mike Zimmer at the Cowboy, Mike Zimmer at the Cowboy, he got a bunch of his own problems.
Oh, he got hired? I didn't know he had got hired. I saw where he had got hired, then I saw that somebody else was still in the picture.
Right.
When they said he got hired. But let me ask you one more question, because I know it's late.
Yeah.
What do you think about the comment from Shador about choice routes?
Well, clearly tell me, what did he say? Because I want to hear what did he say. I
want
to hear how you interpret
he was doing, huh?
I want to hear how you interpret what he said.
Okay, what I heard him say was that last year there were too many choice routes, and so he was holding the ball a little bit longer to try to figure out, is he going to do a dig or is he going to do whatever a post or something like that. But because him and the wide receivers had to be on the same page in terms of reading the defense, and then running the correct route. And it was the receiver's choice. I don't know how many options they have, if they, do 3 options in that decision or 2, but they have to be on the same page. So, and he also said that people always said that they got there too fast, like the defensive line got to him too fast in the offense. And he actually said that sometimes that wasn't the case. It's just that he was holding the ball a little bit long to try to figure out the choice route. So he says that Pat Sherman understands how he plays that, because everybody thinks differently. And what I think he was trying to say is him and the receivers aren't on the same page when it comes to reading the defense. So, and that there's also different ways that quarterbacks think and how they play. So he thinks he's on a better page with Sherman for that.
Yeah, so here's what I'll tell you about choice routes. A lot of it should be pre-snap, right? For example, If the defense, I'll just give a very simple one. If the defensive back lines up inside leverage of me, I will run a comeback, meaning I will turn outside towards the sideline. And I don't want to sound elementary, but I'm just saying maybe for some listeners. Okay. If the if the defensive back lines up outside of me, therefore I will do a hitch, which is you turn inside. Okay.
Right.
This is very vanilla. The problem with that is the quarterback and the receiver have to see the DB the same exact way. Even though
That's what I'm thinking.
Even though the vantage point may be different. The receiver, the guy's right in front of him. I can look at him and tell he's outside leveraging me. Shador may be 20 yards away from me or 15 yards away from me from his vantage point. He may not be able to tell that because he's so close. That's where when people start talking about continuity and chemistry, see, choice routes work like a mother lover. Trust me. And that's why, as a defensive coach, it's hard to pick up on tendencies because they're not calling it. There's 3 plays in one, and you determine as a defensive player, your player has determined what route they run. So choice routes are not a bad problem. The problem is when the quarterback and the receiver don't know which choice they're gonna pick. And then so when Shador says I had to wait, he wasn't clear if he's going to take I'm just going to make it very simple, the in route or the out route. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And so therefore that
Right.
now once he has declared what he's doing, then he throws the ball. That to me is bad business. That's not good. And so why that is, maybe they don't work well enough together, after practice, before practice, on the weekend, whatever. I'm only speculating. I don't know. But based on what Shador said, the chemistry is not there. And so that's what it is.
But do you think that the protection also plays a part in that? Because if you got to try to, I don't know if it's supposed to be that the quarterback, right as the ball snaps, he knows exactly where he's going, or he has to look at, go through his progressions and then figure out where he's going on that. But you also got to have time in the pocket to do that.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Choice. So like K Vizzy say, choice routes take a while. It depends on what choice route it is, right? Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Choice routes come in slants and goes. If he's outside leverage and he's off 4 yards, 5 yards, run a slant, catch and throw it. There it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if he's tight inside on the X receiver, tight inside, run the vertical, catch, throw the fade ball. So not all choice routes take time.
But what if they're not open though?
Correct, but these are the choices. This is what we're saying. We're anticipating.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
But you gotta go through your progressions though, don't you?
Yes and no. Some things call for it, some things don't. If I know that my pre-snap read tells me I'm working the X wide receiver right now. Pre-snap tells me I got Z receiver over here by itself. Safety is leaning toward the hash here to the left. Right? There's no other help over here but here. I don't need a progression. I know if I got a choice route, I got a slant or a go. If he's outside leverage, throw the slant. If he's inside up, throw the go. All of that stuff goes through your mind pre-snap read. Like this is, but that takes chemistry. And it's a lot of what? Talking without speaking. It's a lot of knowing without even looking at Shador. I know he's thinking outside release. I'm gonna put the ball up there. We've been practicing. He's gonna drop it 25 yards down the field. I know without him looking, he saw it. I'm running the slant right here. 1, 2, and he's throwing it right here on the third step. I should be getting the ball right now. That's chemistry 101. Matter of fact, look at my shirt.
Yeah.
Hold up. I got the perfect shirt on. It's a football chemistry. Perfect shirt for this.
Well, I know it's chemistry. You got to read, but you and the quarterback got to read it the exact same way, though.
You got to go to class together then.
And that's hard. That's hard. Well, I guess, I ain't never played football, so it might be easy. But, like, if you had the receivers on the edge, just if he can't see, like you was talking about how the DB is lined up, and you saying Shador couldn't see it because, like, he's further away than the receiver.
Right.
being that the receiver should be able to give some kind of signal to the quarterback before the ball snap that gives him an idea of what.
I agree. That's another step.
What he running.
Listen, that's another step, right? That's another thing. You can get a signal, but people start picking up on that too. You know, all them dudes standing on the sideline with the same color shirt on, they looking for those kind of signals. There's people that are identified.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot to this game. This is like, you know, I think they say Bugatti got 2 engines or something. I might be wrong, but this is the most intricate game that I know of, as so far as a team sport that you can play that is so complex. And I love every bit of it. Sheila, I got to run, boo. I love you, but
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Anytime. Bye. That's Sheila from Colorado. I done had 4 ladies on here tonight. Yeah. Kyle Hayes Jr., how you think you got here, man? Anyway, so with all that being said, see again, this stuff right here, no, dog. And I'm not trying to be nasty or funny, but College Bound, let them come to your channel and let them tear your stuff up. I don't want to, I'm not trying to be nasty. No, dog. No, we don't let parasites do that. Parasites kill. Parasites, that's what they do. Infest you, get you in there, everybody laugh and giggle. You want to laugh and have fun tonight at 12 o'clock at night. And when my junk tore up, hate to say this, College Bound, you'll go somewhere else and enjoy your life. And I'm not doing it. In the words of Drake, you weren't with him shooting in the gym. You weren't with me shooting in the gym when we sit up all night, editing video, make stuff. Nah, I'm not doing it. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Man, this is Prime Time Talk. Hopefully y'all guys learn something, and ladies as well. Learn something. And that's my whole goal, and that's where I'm going to go forward with it. And so with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through, hanging out with me for 3 hours and 22 minutes when I said I was only going to do 2 hours. So it is what it is. But with that being said, like I said, go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you like to be a part of the Discord, you could jump on the Discord. It's free, cost you nothing. There's a free section of general text message piece. But if you are a member, your name is in green. All you got to do is go on the Discord. You got to link your YouTube to Discord so it knows that it to open up the member sections for you, okay? And so, excuse me. So with all that being said, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again. And we out of here. Peace.